That sounds like a blessing.
It kind of really is.
Sometimes it's a curse too, because nothing happens and you have to just sit there.
Yeah. Mine's a lot the same because my fucking work's out of its peak period, so literally it's just fucking nothing, and then
It's an Australian.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
So when's
you shit posting upside down?
Yeah, he's got to get strapped in, you know. He's got to wear his handy-dandy government-issued steel belt.
What? No,
it's a koala belt.
I don't trust the government ones. I use my own fucking black market one.
Of course.
I thought they just gave you helium balloons so you floated towards the Earth.
No, Australia can't afford helium.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't your country really wealthy? The government's just hella inept?
Yeah, actually, probably. It's probably all the Asians and immigrants and stuff that actually have money that come around.
Do you know Bering?
Bering?
The YouTube channel. Obviously, you don't know him in person. But he's a right-wing
you're from
Australian
Australia?
commentator.
Do you know all the Australian YouTubers?
He got arrested is why I'm asking if you know about him.
He got arrested?
What for?
Yeah, he got arrested for hate speech for a couple of days, and they let him out.
He fucking deserves it, dumb bitch.
I mean, he's Australian. I don't think they have to. It was it the New South Wales premier that was using the police to arrest his critics or something?
Something like that.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I can't. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really drunk.
Actually,
I'm probably getting it wrong.
How do you spell his YouTube name? Because my dad owns a pub near New South Wales, and there's actually a chance that he may have come into there.
Bear, like a bear that shits in the woods.
Yeah,
Bearing.
It's in the channel.
You know, I used to like the guy. Then he became just very like
schizo.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know what you're talking about on that. He seems normal to me.
Well, no, it's like back in the day, he used to be like, here's what the dumb shit that's going on today is, and here's why it's wrong, and here's like evidence and shit. And then he just turned into, hey guys, laugh at this thing. I'm going to react to it.
I think he's focusing on the laughing because he's in a country where you go to jail if you make the government mad.
Yeah, he's playing up the humor angle.
Yeah, well, it's just not what I came for, you know?
Fair play. But no. But
yeah, this is Fanfiction Contempt 9006, ladies and gentlemen. Let us get started tonight with our first fanfiction.
Inverted based number.
Indeed. Sure. So, what we will be doing tonight is, the first thing we'll be targeting is, because Cyanide said it, we'll be doing some female Harry Potter stories. And we're going to try and find the legendary unicorn, which is one that does not involve female Harry Potter getting railed by Snape.
Is it?
I understand the attraction of Snape's actor. I'm a faggot. Alan Rickman is a very charming man.
Wait.
Okay.
Well,
I am gonna have to mute him and kick him from this voice call for a week now.
What happened?
You dropped the F-bomb on Twitch.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't know that was a no-no.
Yeah, it's Twitch.
It's okay if, a person was that thing.
Yeah, but the thing is he's not wearing a rainbow right now, and he's not on camera, so they can't confirm he's really gay.
I'm just gonna remove the guest star role for a week. We'll see you next Friday.
Rip out,
I'll server mute him. He can stick around and listen if he wants, but he will not be contributing outside of text.
See,
Rip Alvor.
Is he hammered?
Yeah, he
Yes,
drank a
absolutely.
lot. Apparently, he just like mainlined several bottles of wine before showing up.
Wow. Okay, because he was sounding a little unsure.
Slurred.
He
of himself.
started out giggling to himself before he realized I was Australian, and then asked if I knew Bering.
Yeah.
No, I was here for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very confused as to why it suddenly went to that route.
Yeah. I mean, he's talking about his childhood crush on Alan Rickman, so.
Okay, then. Very I got nothing.
But yeah, so Femme Harry. Let me guess, Femme Harry Voldemort, or maybe Femme Harry Dumbledore. What shit are we looking at today?
Femme Harry Draco.
God no, that's worse than the Voldemort ones.
No Saveritis.
Yeah, we're gonna find some legendary stories here, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta find some Femme Harry that does not have Harry screwing I was about to say Dumbledore.
That is a thing, Sneaky. I know it is.
The worst bit is that I can probably find something faster on AO3 than I could on FFN about this, just because it's so easy to tag female Harry Potter on that.
Well, sure. But the problem here is we're trying to find no Harry times Snape, no Harry times Draco, no Harry times.
No, there's a
Yuri,
good chance you'll end up finding shit like Harry, George Weasley, or some Yuri or something like that. Oh
shit, you're right. There's gonna be a lot of the Weasleys. Damn.
Yeah. Not Ron though. He is actually the least, I believe. Even though Charlie barely shows up, I believe he's still more popular with Femme Harry Ron than Femme Harry Ron.
I'll agree. It's probably going to be a lot of Yuri.
That and a lot of Femme Harry original character, because people want to insert themselves and be with a gender-bent Harry.
That's right.
Because they're straight, but they want to be with Harry Potter.
Oh god! I said we were going to be looking for some Femme Harry stories, but instead I have to read this one because this is just so.
Is it the Cormac McLagan Hermione one?
No, a lioness hidden in the green grass. Harry is a wide-eyed first year on his way to Hogwarts. But this is an alternative universe with a different golden trio. Instead, he befriends the sassy Daphne Greengrass, who wants to blaze a trail, and the kind but forgetful Neville Longbottom, who definitely is determined to prove he's not a meek pushover. Harry times Daphne.
This sounds like cancer.
Oh god.
Why do people seem to like this OC with the name of Daphne Greengrass so much?
Just because she's easy to make a character around.
Because everyone wants to read about her because she's a character that's not included in the main cast, but everyone just totally absolutely knows her.
Except they don't, because it's all because of fanfiction that people know her. And porn games.
Yeah. Exactly. She's become an ascended meme.
Yep.
May as well fucking bring up Sally Ann Perks, who showed up with her name dropped in like multiple books and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a story itself, the disappearance of Sally Ann Perks.
That's actually a really good story, though.
She fell through the step at the moving staircases. No one talks about her anymore.
Actually, she got eaten by Cthulhu.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
I thought she ran into Fluffy in the Forbidden Forest, actually.
No. Cthulhu. The benefits of saving a villa. Oh boy, okay.
Sex.
Also, I already see 1-4 down from Harry Fred Weasley.
Yep. The celebration should have lasted well into the night, but Death Eaters had other plans. Of course, with his luck, Harry finds himself separated from his friends during the riot, and things take an odd turn. He can't complain about his circumstances this time. Hogwarts starts when they're 15 years old, so what, he's 20 in this book? Harry, big harem involving Fleur, OCs, and Daphne Greengrass. See, this is the other thing of like, Hogwarts starts like 7 years later than normal because I just want to get into writing the sex immediately. It's like, buddy, do you realize how different the books would have gone if they were like way older?
So fewer complications.
Well, not just so fewer complications, but like, okay, so in this scenario, in scenario 1, 3 12-year-olds run up to you and totally swear that totally the big bad mean teacher that they all hate is definitely up to no good, and they definitely need to go run away from the area they're currently in, and they need the professor to absolutely totally investigate the big bad evil mean professor. Okay? So
yeah, nobody does that.
Scenario 2. 3 18-year-olds come up to the deputy, go, hey, look, we were investigating the potions professor. Yeah, we know he hates us and all that, but we saw he had wounded his leg earlier, and we think he's trying to go after whatever is hidden behind the door.
That sounds much more believable.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it's just like, okay, I wonder which one they might believe. And then even then, the explanation, even if they choose not to believe the 18-year-olds, and they're like, you know, you don't make accusations about the professor, he's perfectly fine, you know, we verify all the professors before blah blah blah, whatever, they'll at least get an explanation though, because they're 18, and the people would be like, okay, well, I'm actually going to explain to you why I'm not going to pay attention to what you're saying, because you're older and you can understand me when I tell you that, you know, there's a process, and we do background checks, and, you know...
Huh? You do?
Yeah, bullshit. You make all bullshit on that so hard.
Well, yes, obviously. I'm just using it as an example, duh.
Fair.
Like...
Hey, Sneaky.
What?
Did you know Democrat mayor arrested on 56 counts of child pornography has ties to Pete Buttigieg?
When they say has ties, does that mean Pete Buttigieg has tied them up in his bed, or are we talking like political ties?
Could be both. They're Democrats.
Probably both, yeah.
Fair.
Honestly.
Fair.
Would not surprise me in the slightest. Anyway,
The
what's up,
Raven
gamers?
Snake! Unlikely friendship, create new enemy, violence, death, profanity!
Never mind. I don't want to know.
Featuring Luna and an OC and Lestrange. What?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Haley Potter and Fred Weasley. Haley is a transfer student that came to study along with her sister during 4th year. And the two... So this is...
Sorry, had to go off quickly. What I miss? What crush did we find?
Haley and her twin, Harriet, are gonna make out with Fred and George Weasley because they're transfer students.
Also, Djibouti judge locking up or tying up some Democrat in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Why did they arrive to talk of tying up Democrats?
Hufflepuff and the Slytherin, a story of love and unique bond between the Hufflepuffs and Slytherins. Lucius Malfoy times Hufflepuff reader.
What the fuck?
Man, they're still out here making blank times reader fix.
They somehow extended that for 24 chapters. How?
They extended that for 90k words. I don't know.
Violence is required.
No,
Violence has been enabled.
That's normal. Just go AO3 at 90k 1 chapter word. It's all story.
Okay,
it's all
yeah,
just
yeah, hold up. But AO3 just wants to make me turn PvP mode on. Okay, so look, there's a major difference here.
But they also do. They can also do that here. It's rated M. There's probably like.
Oh, so speaking of AO3, right? So speaking of AO3 and fanfictions, so on Sign server.
Oh no!
Nothing ever starts well with that phrase.
Yeah.
One of his members was like, oh, AO3 is actually really great, and I really liked AO3, and it's a really good platform.
Is this that Kurama fucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he's actually fucking brain dead though.
And the
Like,
best part was
literally fucking spastic.
the best part was the longer we talked, he was like, "Oh wait, actually AO3 sucks shit. Oh, this author banned me from viewing their story."
Finding out in real time.
Yeah, learning in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, seriously, AO3 used to be good. It was a good idea with shit implementation.
Oh, of course,
and
absolutely.
dog shit people coming to it.
Oh yeah, well, no shit.
Sneaky and I got to experience that real time.
Yeah, I used to
get on there in the first.
I was
But it used to be good.
Yeah, I was part of one of the first 1,000 people on AO3. So like I was there at the start. I was there when the ancient scrolls were written. Yeah, no, I was there and I just watched the place turn into just a fucking cesspit.
Sneaky, haven't you been there for basically every single fanfiction website, including Space Battle and Sufficient Velocity and all that going shit?
Shut the fuck up, Cass.
He jumps ship whenever he can because he sees
Stop
the writing
attacking
on the
Sneaky
walls.
personally. I mean, he deserves it, but it's still not nice.
He's a rat that has fled every sinking ship, or he's the one chewing holes in the ships.
He's the iceberg.
No,
Titanic.
no,
Absolutely both.
he's watching the ones chewing the holes and being like, man, you know what?
Maybe I should
like
leave
this.
early. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, Sneaky isn't the rat. Sneaky is like the guy sent down to inspect the cargo and sees 30 rats and goes, I should get off at the next port.
Yeah. You see, Your Honor, there is nothing stochastic about my terrorism.
It's
purely deterministic.
He's not contributing to the holes.
I assure you we're quite organized.
But he sure as hell ain't fixing them either.
Oh, of course not. Why the fuck would I even bother fixing it? Like, I'm sorry, but like, here's the thing is...
Let's hang on, Sneaky. I do want to give you some credit. You have tried in the past.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to lead into, is, like, I used to, in the past, I used to spend, like, my weekends, I used to just be like, alright, well, I'm just gonna, help, like, these 6 people with their stories. And I used to have all these conversations ongoing, helping people figure out how to write better. And then just, like, over time, I just watched as, like, a majority of them didn't want to write better, they just wanted to be told they were writing good already.
Yep.
And, I was getting banned from threads for telling the author that their grammar's terrible and that this is the mistakes they're commonly making.
The fact that authors could ban people from their threads.
No,
was a huge
I didn't get
problem.
banned from the thread by the author.
I remember these stories. The author thanked him for it. Said thank you for the advice, and the mods of Space Battles banned Sneaky for actually helping.
A week later, week later, a moderator came in, said, "Don't listen to him. He's just being a hater," and then banned me. And like, I hadn't been in the thread since that discussion because I was like, because I just told the author straight up, I'm like, look, even if you improve your story, I still hate it. Your premise is awful in my opinion. But if you at least acknowledge that your grammar can be fixed, then, hey man, you spend your time writing what you want to write.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, right. And then the mod comes in a week later. It's like, you are a hater, banned.
Why would you write a no magic school AU of Harry Potter involving Hermione Draco?
Because you have nothing better to do with your life.
Because you hate everything good in this world.
Because you're an absolute no life who has no creativity.
You will be eliminated.
Hey, Sneaky, I'm sorry, this is completely off topic, but speaking of people that hate everything in this world, could you please tell me why the EG Broodmother solo smoked with over 50 spiderlings as Broodmother?
Because some people want to watch the world burn at them.
Okay, I assumed that was the only reasonable explanation, but...
Yeah. I assume that the patch is going to come out once the major's over.
I mean, it pretty much has to.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, by the way, don't if you don't like spiders, don't ever play Dota. There's a hero that's just a giant spider who makes tiny spiders out of your corpse.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, they can buy an item to make their spiders invisible.
Yeah.
So you can just be walking down the lane and then out of the trees, because the hero has an ability for free pathing through trees, out comes a spider with like 100 tiny spiders and it just eats you and you can't run away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
Jesus.
spiders upon me.
I still remember that time I got to pick Earthshaker, the guy who does progressively more damage the more units are around him.
Well, now that's just funny.
And I was just like, hello, Broodmother. Perish.
Didn't they have an NP in that game too?
Yeah, I think so.
The life and times of Savannah Snape. Savannah Snape is the daughter of Lily Potter and Severus Snape. She knows that James Potter refuses to raise a child that is not his, especially one that belongs to his worst enemy. Can she get them at least to get along before something worse happens? Published 1 hour ago.
Based, James.
This is hot fresh, Sneaky. Let's go. This hasn't even finished cooling.
It doesn't even have a review yet.
Based, James. 2 minds, 1 wand. Harry has Tom's memories, and their minds are seeping together like broken egg yolk.
What?
What?
Whoa. IED upon ye.
It's generic harem Harry.
Memories of spells, battle, domination, and lust, and power beyond measure, and he was gonna use it. Hogwarts wasn't gonna know what hit it. Harry times massive harem involving Fleur, Daphne, Hermione, and more.
The author's note of Savannah Snape is a quarter of the chapter, 6,000 words.
Oh, we have to read. We have to absolutely. We're not even gonna read. We're not even gonna read.
That's not an author note. That's a fucking wall, my dude.
Yeah, we're not even gonna read the actual story. I just need to see this author's note and read it.
Ooh, sneaky. Here's what the review should be. I tried to read the story, but I couldn't get past the author manifesto.
The author manifesto.
Hold up. Where's the review button?
Oh god, it's bolded and italics. Jesus.
That's why I said it's a manifesto.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a giant wall of text too. It's not.
It is.
It doesn't even have a line break in it.
Nope.
Line break for cowards.
Bro. Hang on, is the author Chinese? No.
Max.
Story begins.
Oh my. Okay,
so,
their author profile. Oh no.
Oh, Sneaky, please look at the author profile.
Oh no, it's all
we
caps.
can check the profile in a second. I want to see where the story begins on this.
Yeah, I'll open that in another tab. All right, so we're just gonna scroll. Okay. Wait. Oh god!
About a quarter of the way down is when the story begins, and it's just more walls.
Oh god! It's just a fucking wall.
Please.
It's just a wall. Oh, I know what the review's gonna be now. I tried to read the story, but I couldn't climb over the wall of text.
Doing Trump proud.
Listen, I think you should use the manifesto line, but yours is pretty good too.
The wall just got
Sneaky's not
5
the only one that
feet
can leave a
longer.
The review, and I said, I'm pretty sure you're not a Chinese dynasty defending against the Mongols, so you didn't have to build the Great Wall of Authors notes.
The author would like to thank you for your continued support.
Yeah.
No.
Oh
yeah, I'm
dear
sure.
God! No, this has
sure
to be
were.
a joke. No. Join 2014. Oh no! This is. No.
Oh, 2014. Oh no, join 2014.
So this is not this has to be a throwaway account. I refuse to accept anything but the fact that this is a throwaway account they made like 10 years ago.
I want you to be right, but I don't think you are.
I refuse to accept anything else.
Listen, I really fucking want that to be the case. But I don't think it is.
Account deleted. Writing for my soul, E-Rox, Nick Morelio. Some of these people don't even have a fucking story. Okay.
What the actual fuck is that Rosalie Annalise account? Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh Lord!
Well, that's an author profile, all right.
I know where to issue my next fatwa.
My name is Heidi. I've been writing fanfiction for a number of years now. Only comment on my fanfiction if you have a real account, because some people use guest accounts to cyberbully, and that's not right. I also noticed whoever runs this website... I have also noticed that whoever is running this particular website has honestly been permitting these things to happen, especially during those times when the person decided they were going to commit, or they're going to comment something on another person's fanfiction, telling them that their writing is bad and they should kill themselves. Comments of that nature are wrong.
Wait, do you think this author deleted every single one of their stories as soon as they got bad? Like,
dude,
yes.
As soon as she got the bad reviews, she deleted the story.
Well, hey, if that happens, we should see that story disappear right freaking quick, shouldn't we?
That's it's good.
Yeah, I wish.
We're doing God's work then.
Because she's been here for what, almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's no way, and she says she's been writing for years, but there's nothing on here except for one from an hour ago. Come on.
Yeah. It's
also, favorites.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sneaky. Did I tell you? I got a response to my review on that one Harry Potter Elder Scrolls story where Harry Potter was like super jaded and whatnot, but he was like fucking dropping one-liners like he was in a 90s action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the author was actually he told me that I was right.
What?
I said, do you have slugs in your brain or were you born this dumb? And he was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
You know what? Now, here's the thing I want to say. If ever there was a good universe for crappy 90s action one-liners, The Elder Scrolls is that universe.
Yeah, but
they just have to be good ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was not a good one, though.
No,
they weren't. I'm just saying.
Personally, I feel like Fallout would be better if we have to use a Bethesda property. Fallout's definitely the better one-liner story.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, so what kind of quirky dialogue goes into Elder Scrolls games then?
The quirky dialogue that goes into Elder Scrolls games
you can have a look for yourself.
Quite literally, you pay Florida Man in meth, and you just have him write all the dialogue. That's the kind of quirky dialogue that goes into Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Just tell him to write more lore.
Yeah.
Not racist
Sneaky.
stuff against
Take off her as written by Florida Man.
Oh yes, this story where he's like, he's snapping back left and right, and he's like, oh yeah, well, but you're dumb, ho, hey bro, and then yes, and then he just kind of accepted everyone telling him to do everything, and then I remember that one. Yep.
2020.
I remember that. I think I missed my exit. Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh. I just realized one of those favorite authors of that Olivia is account deleted 111111.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that a lot of authors did when they realized they couldn't actually get rid of their fanfiction accounts and they didn't want fanfiction that they had posted to be on the website anymore because they were getting all their panties in a twist over, oh my god, I can't believe fanfiction.net, a website that is explicitly a non-profit, would dare remove porn from children's access. I am leaving. This is travesty. It's like, okay. I mean, it's again,
and no one was upset.
This is what the whole exodus in 2012 was for AO3. This is why a lot of people left for AO3, is because fanfiction.net is a non-profit website. That's how it gets away with so much. And they did a purge because porn is not allowed on a non-profit website with access to children. So they purged it. And a bunch of people got their panties in a twist, because there is a website called adultfanfiction.net where you put all your adult fanfiction, and everyone was like, oh my god, I can't believe you're making me go to a different website to look at porn. I can't believe this. I'm going to go to a different website because you aren't allowing me to post porn on the child's website.
So, to be fair, FFN did at one point, in fact, allow you to post adult content and had adult ratings for it, and explicitly said that anything over this rating is for adults, not for children. They tried to separate it out. It was only when the soccer moms complained for the very first purge that they changed all those rules.
When was this? 2006? My dude, I've been on the website since 2008. I've been on the website since 2008, and there has never been a mature adults rating. In fact, they explicitly outline how there is not a mature adults rating.
It used to be an NC-17 rating. I've been on this site since it started. Since the very first day it started.
Maybe back in 2004 then, like I said.
But yeah, once upon a time, they used to allow that. I mean, they had explicit ratings just for it.
Yeah, and they probably got told back when they were refiling for their nonprofit status that they had to get rid of it. Because...
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and so they had to purge it, so they did. I mean, like, I don't get what people don't understand about this shit. It's not like people donate to FFN. People donate to AO3 because AO3 started off as this whole donation-only website. And so, you know, and FFN was supposed to be the free one. And so it's like, yeah, guys, being free means they have to follow certain rules.
Specifically when they're a non-profit. Like, it's not just free, they're a non-profit.
Well, no, it runs off of advertising, even though it may be a non-profit. They still do ads to keep up the server.
Well, yeah, they have to. You know, see, that's the thing. Non-profit doesn't mean they don't make money. Non-profit means all of the money they make goes towards the maintenance of the project they're working on.
Right, yeah, like any other NPO.
Now, this is obviously very exploitable, because all you can do is just jack up your salary and say, well, I'm the only person working on the website, so therefore I get paid all the money.
Yes.
This is a very common tactic among certain groups of people. And so, yeah. What did I come back to? What's this abomination of Worlds of Text? Yeah.
Author's Manifesto.
Author's Manifesto. I spend my time reading fanfiction, blah, 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 blah. I am going to leave you with this final thought, and you should think really hard on this final thought. You should treat others the way you want to be treated, and if you're commenting negatively, then eventually you'll get the same treatment in return. Just remember, if you can't say something, don't say it at all. Okay, well, see, here's the thing, is I actually want people to say negative things about my stories, because I fucking hate it when people come in and they're just like, oh, good chapter. That's useless to me. Someone saying, I think you're stupid because I hate how you characterize Naruto is far more valuable than someone coming in, 10 people coming in and saying good chapter.
Oh, 100%.
Good chapter update soon.
Yeah, good chapter update soon. When next? Yeah, it's just like... I'm sorry, no matter, an endless flood of people saying good things about my story means nothing compared to a single person saying, hey, actually, I really don't like what you did here. Because at least that person explained. I mean, now, admittedly, again, this goes the other way. If someone just comes in, you're stupid. Okay, well, that's useless as well.
Yeah.
But someone coming in and saying, oh, I really liked how you characterized Naruto here. It's like, that's great. I appreciate that you're explaining what you liked about my story, but that still doesn't help me, because I don't feel like I did a great job of, in this instance, I'm going to keep using it, characterizing Naruto. So if you come in and say, "Hey, you did a good job," it's like, well, I appreciate your reassurance, but I don't think I did. So, like, when I post a chapter, and Gray knows this, when I post a chapter, it's only when I'm satisfied with it. Like, I'm not gonna just be like, "Oh, I gotta get a chapter out. It's been 1 week. I have to get a chapter out. I don't really like the chapter, but I gotta get it out."
Nikki will wait 6 years to post a chapter.
Yeah, Max knows.
Still waiting.
Yes, exactly. I don't want if I've been not satisfied with writing, but I've said to Gray when we've posted certain chapters for Undying Scarab, I don't like this. However, I don't see a way I can improve it.
Yeah. I think I've actually seen you comment that after it gets posted as well.
Yes, I have. I don't like this chapter. I don't like how it turned out, but I don't see a way to improve it. So anyway.
Also, I realized why I never go down the Harry Potter fanfiction part, because it never gets better.
Oh yeah, no, it's literally just all garbage.
Well, you might say that there is always more.
And it always gets worse. Haley Potter and Philosopher's Stone. Haley Potter never knew she was different or that she was special. She definitely didn't know she was the chosen one. Come with her on a journey through Hogwarts.
You know what? Cheers for not using the OC Slytherin Daphne Greengrass and using the OC Ravenclaw Mandy Brocklehurst.
True.
You've said words. I would request that you not hear them again.
Also,
Isn't
cheers
she,
for
like,
no parents.
canonically
yet.
fucking
What
ugly or
the
something?
fuck is this?
Master and his kitten.
Why?
Kill yourself immediately.
Why?
Right
It's
now.
French.
Right now.
It's French.
French.
Bomb.
Creatures, Harry, and Preg, yes. And there's bashing.
Wait. So
International bomb.
let me just.
What did I say about?
Yeah, let me just outline this here. So this is Master and his kitten. So when young Harry Potter is found by a Frenchman, he goes to live with his master's mother, and goes to a different school. He goes to school with close friend. Dumbledore won't like the Harry he meets, because Harry is a creature, so bestiality, male pregnancy.
I'm guessing it's just a Catboy Harry, not actual beast.
Kill.
But still.
We have to know. We have to know.
No,
I
we don't
have to
know.
know.
It's no, Sneaky, don't look it up on stream because it's probably got a sex scene in the first
Wait, no, is this the anal tears?
No.
500 anal tears!
No. Not like this. Not like
What?
this.
Right?
Dark knowledge.
500, yeah!
No.
He has 500 rape tears!
Published May 2013. No. No.
We found it again,
No.
boys.
No, we didn't. This is not the same story.
No.
So the story we found actually has this exact same premise. The story we found has this exact same premise of Snape finding out that Harry was like raped or some shit, right? And like he had a whole bunch of broken bones and anal tears and shit like that. But this was a Dumbledore Snape story, where they found out about it, and Snape adopts the cat Harry. So this is quite possibly the story that inspired that one.
I want to kill all fanfiction.net reviewers right now. Right
Are you checking the
now.
reviews? Are you checking?
Kill!
Are you checking the reviews?
I love it. That was a lovely chapter. I like this chapter.
Great chapter.
I love it.
Updates
This was
to-
good. That was a
Oh
lovely
no!
chapter.
Writing for
Sorry,
my
Ray
soul.
Actually, just left.
Kill! Claymore. Pipe bomb.
Oh my god.
Destroy.
Oh, so actually, this is relevant to you, Atin. Apparently, Writing for My Soul 12, one of the authors that were favorited by the person we had just covered, wrote a Kindle Vella story called "But I'm a Church Girl." Can you guess what the story's about?
I can guess that someone needs some re-education on their values.
Yes.
Mashallah.
To
Mashallah. Inshallah.
Oh god.
What? This author that did Master and His Kittens has multiple Catboy Harry fics, all gay.
Yeah.
I need to learn. I need to learn the Quran so I can fucking recite it properly.
He's got another fic called Kitten and Masters.
No, the profile. Oh no.
Elemental Alf has Master and His Kitten and Kitten and Masters. He's got multiple fics like that called that.
Oh my god.
The profile text, bro.
Hmm?
The profile text.
Hail, especially next to my son.
I am Shelby, and I love writing gay sex. I am old enough to write gay sex.
That's a very specific statement there, author.
Okay, now hold up. To be fair, they started this profile in 2012, which means they're probably at minimum 22 now.
Yeah, I would hope so.
The thing is, with how young you can get on the internet nowadays, there's a chance that they're not even 18.
Especially with that wording.
Well, no. They got on to the website in 2012. In 2012, I'm sorry, but you would have to be born in like 2004 to be 18 now.
Oh yeah, fair actually.
Yeah. So no, they absolutely. They are above age now, which actually honestly makes it worse if you really think about it, because now that means they are an adult human female who enjoys writing about gay sex pedophilia between an authority figure and someone between an authority figure and someone they're supposed to be protecting.
Standard woman moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rest of the profile is funny as hell.
Oh wow, this just gets better and better.
I think the word you're looking for is not better.
Yes, it is. I am sick of people being homophobic. I have many gay friends, and I will fight anyone who says bad things about them. My uncle totally found that out the hard way. I would love to square up with you, author. Just name a place.
Yeah. I would pay to watch that. I would fucking pay to watch that.
Am I the only one getting vibes from the way that was written of someone going, I can say that word, I have plenty of gay friends?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I can say that. I have plenty of black friends.
I'm sorry, but like, I feel like you don't get to stand on a soapbox and talk about how much you hate homophobia when you are directly contributing to one of the reasons as to why people dislike gay people.
Well, that's homophobic.
Too bad.
Like, I'm sorry, but you're sitting here with a profile full of pedophilic gay sex.
They're maps now, Sneaky.
Listen, Sign. How can it be a hate crime if I love doing it?
Oh my god!
No.
I mean, look, am I wrong though?
I have been suspended from school for beating the shit out of a 16-year-old who thought it was cool to bully my 14-year-old gay brother. If you bully gay people, beware. I will beat you up into the afterlife. Right, so only gay motherfucker. Apparently her line is gay people. You picking on people, that's perfectly fine, but if you pick on a gay person, she'll kill you.
Listen,
right,
I'm not picking on your brother because he's gay. I'm picking on him because he's a pussy who wants to stand up for himself.
I accept your terms, cockscot.
Step up, fool.
Your terms are acceptable.
Your proposal is acceptable.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
We have come to terms.
Oh, God. Why is it that a girl can wear guy clothes and have short hair and everything is fine? Well, because that's hot.
Because tomboys are sexy as fuck.
But a guy with long hair wearing girl clothes is treated as if he's committing a crime. Okay, whoa. This does not have anything to do with liking men. This is an author. This is a completely separate subject.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Not to her.
Also, the reason why guys don't like guys that dress up like girls is the same reason that girls probably wouldn't like guys that dress up as girls. Yes, you know. Why is it always that girls who are lesbians go for one is the butch one?
Not because they like masculinity.
Yeah.
Big fat.
Why is it that whenever guys do end up being homosexual in a homosexual relationship, that both of them still wear guy clothes and one of them doesn't act like a girl?
Why would being gay require you to wear female clothes unless you're,
It's almost like both sides don't like guys wearing girl clothes. It's
right?
It's really weird.
It's very weird. Ma'am.
My little brother wore a girl's t-shirt. Okay, well, hold up. Girls' t-shirts are...
That doesn't exist.
No, girls' t-shirts exist. They are a little bit different from a guy's t-shirt. And he probably was being picked on because he looked stupid, not because he was wearing girl clothes. If he showed up with a guy's t-shirt that was 2 sizes too small for him, I am pretty sure they would pick on him for that too. Because that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, either that or it's one of those girl shirts that looks slutty even on a girl.
Also true, yeah. Also true.
So on a guy, it looks even worse.
And you know what? He probably wasn't super fit either, so it was probably one of those instances of, the girl who thinks she's totally hot, and then she's like actually 300 pounds, but she's still wearing the super skimpy yoga pants that are like sheer against her body.
Sneaky, that's fat shaming. You've got to follow body positivity whether you want to or not.
I never said it was bad. I just said it's probably a scenario like that. If you are drawing fat shaming from that, I think you need to get personal help.
So
I don't care if you directly said it or not. My mind said you did.
He's got me there.
But look. Right. If he's wearing a shirt that says "I'm stuff" and his boyfriend is wearing a shirt that says "I'm doing stuff,"
yeah,
maybe that's a big fucking gay.
Well, yeah. Well, hold on. But that's completely different. Like that's just two dudes being gay for each other. That's completely different than some guy wearing disproportionate clothes on their body. Where they got fat rolls hanging out maybe, and it's like stretching on them, and it's just it looks really weird. And you're kind of just like, buddy, did you forget that it felt hard to put on?
Did you forget that if you bend over, that whole thing's not just
I'm
coming
sorry.
off your body, exploding off?
If your shirt's going creak as you bend over, maybe it's a little bit small on you and you should reconsider.
I hate everything that Sneaky is saying. I just want to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's why he's saying it.
Yeah. He's wearing girl skinny jeans, which honestly, girl skinny jeans, the only difference between girl skinny jeans and guy skinny jeans, and I know this for a fact because skinny jeans were very popular back in the day.
Yes.
They were, in fact, a plague.
There is a well in guy skinny jeans because we have these things that stick out of our body there. There is a well for those. It's small, but they exist. If you wear girl skinny jeans, your dick is going to be quite literally just imprinted On the outside of the jeans.
I would say, listen, it's not strangled. You're just... Listen, you better just hope that that's not that awkward teenage day where it decides, I feel like going at attention today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is probably a scenario where not only is he wearing jeans that might be too small for him, because girl sizes are way different than guy sizes, but he's also wearing jeans that show off a sexual organ of his. And if you show up to school, I'm sorry, with even like not even with a giant throbbing erection, but just like a massive bulge in your pants, and it's very visible because your jeans are that tight, everyone's gonna make fun of you.
That's uncomfortable to look at.
No, wait. What's worse for a man, the bulge or not showing a thing?
It's the whole one.
No, listen, because of the nature of a skinny jean, even if you had like nothing down there,
Yeah.
I assure you, if you were wearing girls' skinny jeans,
Yeah, you would
visible.
You would see it. Yeah, it will look very weird on you. There's a reason why we have 2 different sets. It's because we actually have different genitalia. I know this is shocking.
Well, like, so there was a guy in my high school. He was in, he was 1 grade up
with us, son.
Yeah, well, that happens.
He was a pretty chill dude.
Yeah,
but he had the absolute JoJo boy body type. Like,
fair enough.
Oh, wait, what kind of JoJo? Past part 4 or 5 or before part
JoJo?
Earlier?
Not JoJo.
Ah.
Shoujo. Okay.
I see that explains everything. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah.
He sometimes he did actually send his sister to shop for him because it was just easier. Unfortunately, sometimes it was just easier for him to wear girls' jeans. But he had to specifically get her to buy a size up in order to prevent incidents.
Yeah.
No balls?
Yeah.
He should have just done a bunch of squats and made his ass too fat to wear women's clothes, so he had to get men's.
No dick?
You don't understand. I listen, this kid, the metabolism.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Listen. No, listen. Because at one point, he did a wrestling tryout, and so he's wearing normal workout shorts and a tank top, and we could all see his ribs through the tank top.
What the fuck?
Like, if he wasn't my friend and I didn't watch him do things like consume a whole pizza, I would have worried he had an eating disorder. But no, like, I would watch it, right? Like, we'd go out and like 5 burgers at McDonald's and like 6 things at Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely used to be like that. Yeah.
I fucking hate this person.
I think they measured my metabolism at one point, and they're like, "Yeah, your body's burning like 6,000 calories a day." I'm like, "My body's fucking what?"
Yeah, it's not doing that anymore, Sneaky.
No, it is very much not. However, I'm actually just a big guy. I've done the whole like suck in the fat, and yeah, I can actually suck in the fat.
The politically correct term is enormous.
Indeed, I'm a unit.
Chunky.
The thing is, if I suck in my fat, you can actually see my ribs. Like, my ribs still will show in certain areas. Like, I'm not actually just like a giant fucking fat ball. Like, it is just in my stomach, and if I suck that in, my chest is just still fucking just a unit.
So what I'm hearing is Sneaky is not fat bastard.
No.
Isn't that just beer gut?
Yeah, I basically just have a beer gut. Yeah, effectively. I am.
Some people's bodies take in fat different ways.
I am built like 2 barrels, according to some people, stacked on top of each other.
My built like 2 barrels, but one of those barrels has taken on some water growth.
Yeah, indeed.
My man is 5'11" in all directions.
Oh god.
When Sneaky walks down the street, the Dr. Lively theme plays.
Indeed. Damn straight it does.
I thought you were gonna say the fucking wide Putin thing that was going on.
But no, in all seriousness though, I've actually completely used like a serious walk before when I was doing security jobs and I had to get somewhere and everyone needed to get the fuck out of my way, I would absolutely do something like the Liverzy walk, and people would just get out of my way.
Well, there's
okay,
a reason for that. You're like basically walking with your shoulders if you do that.
Yes, I'm aware.
Like, let's be clear. There's like 3 very important parts to making that walk work. And believe it or not, the first and most important part for people who haven't had to do this, like when I was in stage crew and I needed to get through the dumbass actors, step 1 is absolutely no eye contact ever.
Oh yeah, no eye contact.
You
do not look at the peons who have to act.
No, you make them move.
Yes, right? You don't make eye contact. You don't acknowledge that they're there. You walk, and if they don't move, you walk.
That is their problem. The actor's going to have a broken leg, and that is very unfortunate. But you know what? He shouldn't have gotten in my way.
Yeah.
Look, man, I am carrying 3 pails of fucking paint. I do not have time for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sir, I am currently carrying 2 parts of the Revolutionary Barricade that it takes 3 freshmen to wheel. Move or get hurt.
Yeah.
I remember doing that at one point, and someone legitimately asked me, "It's just like, are you on fucking steroids or some shit?" And I'm like, no, you're just a fucking weakly.
Stage crew was so much fun because
stage crew was literally probably better for me for just like improving my muscle mass and like actually getting definition than anything I've done in the past like 3 years.
Well, the other thing that's amazing about stage crew, for us at least, so we had a director, and I'll use first names here. Corbett, yes, her first name was Corbett.
Horrible parents, but go on.
Hey, look, I knew someone with the last name of Cock.
Yeah.
They were female.
I also had a friend with the last name of Cock.
I know a teacher called Mr. Cockhand, so...
Oh, oof. Damn, fuck.
I bet he had a few allegations.
Ooh.
Yes. Either that or it's the weirdest version of Nightmare on Elm Street you've ever seen.
The worst bit is...
We found the pervert in the school. Oh, really? Who was it? Richard Cockhand.
What? Are you sure?
Couldn't have
sounds like a fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
The worst bit is he's a primary school teacher.
Oh, it's Robert Cockhand. Why did you do it? Everyone kept calling me Cockhand. I was really fucking sick of it. I only have so much rage.
So Corbett was, we were actually quite fortunate in that Corbett had been on Broadway productions.
Sure. They always are.
Yes. And Corbett's husband, Josh, was the handiest man you could imagine.
Sure. Duct tape fixes everything.
He could, listen, you could give him 4 nails and 3 pieces of wood and he could build you a chair. Doesn't need a hammer. He's got his fists for that. So we always
kind of would, but you probably could do that.
We always had the coolest, most elaborate ass props and backgrounds. Like we had like rolling staircases for Beauty and the Beast in the castle. Sugar glass windows that the Beast yeeted Gaston through, which, by the way, once again, credit to to the actors there, because the guy who was playing Gaston he built some. He was a pretty skinny actor kid. He built some muscle for that, and in response,
did he eat 6 dozen eggs?
Yes, did he eat 6 dozen raw eggs a day?
No, but he did. He had eaten 6 dozen eggs by the time the production finished. And in response to this, the actor playing the Beast, his response was to get even more muscle so that he could continue to yeet him out the window.
It's like that one JoJo meme. They both start walking at each other during the scene.
But it was great. It was great because one of my jobs was to make sure the mattresses were in position for the yeeting. So every night I got to put the mattresses in place and watch as this, like, he was a nice guy. None of the actors were assholes, which was wonderful, right? But I got to watch him get yeeted out the window, and everybody was like, "Oh, the shouts are so authentic." I'm like, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's such a good actor." I'm like, That's not
I'm
acting.
pretty
He's
sure
actually
they're
getting
actually
thrown out
fighting.
the window.
I'm pretty sure they're actually just fighting.
Yeah, he's just getting heated out the window.
My man is using the animal machine on fucking.
Yeah. Or one night,
Memories broken.
Yes, exactly.
What's a good fucking stand name for Gaston? He has a song that goes with it.
Raw egg. I'm sure someone's made that song.
So song names for Gaston, he would absolutely be along the lines of like he would be a Linkin Park song. He would definitely be a Linkin Park song.
No, surely there's at least one song where the rapper is just talking about how big his dick is. There's gotta be at least one of those.
Rap God.
Oh yeah, Rap God maybe. I don't know. I feel like Bleed It Out could be.
I know the perfect song
actually. I feel like something with Gaston has to have more narcissism lyrics in it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I know the perfect song.
Oh, what's that?
Darn, please do not link.
It's in 9K.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
No idea what the stand name would be for that, but
I got bitches.
I mean, obviously the translated name would just be IGB.
Oh no!
The
stand name. The stand name is obviously Hard Cut Jaw.
I have.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And Beasts, I don't think Animal Machine would work. I don't know.
Animal I've become 3 Days Grace.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Animal I've Become, 3 Days Grace.
Oh, that one.
I haven't thought about that in.
I haven't heard that in fucking years.
I was big on watching the anime AMV years. That was
okay, wait.
That would do it.
Dante.
That, and I remember it from
Dante as a wait. Dante as in DMC. Okay, DMC Dante.
No, I'm sorry, real Dante.
Yeah, the
Dante's
white
Inferno. Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Dante's Inferno or DMC?
That's right, Dante's Inferno.
I mean, Dante's would.
The real
would be
Dante.
Holy Avenger.
Dante's
fucking
Inferno.
Holy Avenger.
No, because I wasn't. I didn't want people to think I was referencing the actual garbage DMC.
No, because Dante's from Dante's Inferno would absolutely just have in the name of God.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no, Sneaky, that's anime Dante.
It would either be some like Christian rock song, or it would be like In the Name of God, or
it would absolutely be a Sabaton song. It would have to be a Sabaton song.
Absolutely, no question.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come.
Fucking world.
Kingdom Come, maybe.
It would be Sabaton or Skillet.
Yeah. Dante already has his own. The real Dante already has his own soundtrack.
That's true.
I was gonna say he would just be.
Anyway, so let's see. He also put his hair into a high ponytail. Okay, a lot of hippies do that. That's not really.
Okay,
yeah, that's
so
not
he's
really
just
conclusive.
asking to get slapped around.
Yeah.
If you have a half ponytail and you're in California, you're just a fucking asshole. Everyone knows this.
And he went to one of our cousin's birthday parties, and everyone at the party realized he was a guy. Yeah, because he was probably wearing clothes that were way too small for him, and he was probably out of shape, and he was probably hitting on someone he shouldn't have.
Okay, but why would that be a problem if everyone knows he's a guy? Why is that a problem?
It's not. Because he's supposedly he's a guy, so I mean,
mention it.
I don't know why it's a problem that everyone realized he was a guy wearing girls' clothes, but I mean, I don't know.
Unless he actually is just really skinny and feminine looking and is a good cross-dresser. I don't see why
maybe he was trying to cross-dress, but at that point, it's kind of just like
lupine.
Yeah. I told them they were going to be homophobic. They should all leave. God, I wanted to beat all of them up.
That's not homophobic.
How is that homophobic?
Again, so there was only 2 adults there, or no adults except my aunt and uncle tried to prevent it, or something. Okay, so basically, there's adults there, which means there's kids there, which means he, as a child, showed up cross-dressing to someone else's birthday party in the family.
14 apparently.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we don't know he was 14 when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna assume that.
Just they were probably young, so they were probably between 12 to 14. Yeah.
I wonder how recently this got written, because that means an adult may have beat the shit out of 16-year-olds.
Yeah, so it was updated March
2nd, but we have no timestamp on the... Yeah.
Yeah, so anytime between 2012 and now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's probably closer to 2012 than now, because...
But still, I mean, I'm sorry.
If that was current day, they would be labeled as a trans person.
But if you have a birthday party and someone in your family shows up and they're like dressed really weirdly and you're like, what the hell's going on? Can you just leave, bro? It's completely within your right as the person hosting the party to just tell someone to leave. Like, you don't...
100%.
Yeah, like, you can just tell people to leave. Like, I'm sorry, but like, that's... You don't have a right to be at someone's party.
I would just say,
that's not
doesn't matter what you're doing or who you... Like, if the host asks you to leave, that is the host's right. It doesn't matter what you did.
Yeah, my cousin, the birthday boy, and his parents told him he needed to leave, and so I threatened them with violence.
Very stable, very rational offer.
Yeah, very female. God, I wanted to beat the shit out of them and their parents for not stopping their kids looking at my brother as if he was just disgusting. Okay, so if they were looking at him as if he was disgusting, clearly he wasn't passing well as a girl. And by your wording, it kind of makes it sound like he tried to pass as a girl.
Yeah.
And just failed.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound a lot like, again, it goes back to my point of he was probably not wearing properly sized clothes. He probably was not fit for those clothes. So it's probably a "excuse me, it's ma'am" moment, if anyone remembers that video.
Oh God!
I was really hoping we could go without ever mentioning that again.
Yeah, well,
you know what? At least that person had put some effort into it, clothing-wise.
Yes,
If nothing else,
yeah.
Like, it's not like some of the people we ran into at Champlain.
Literally just wear, like, a one-piece dress, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, according to the author of last episode's story, all you need to be a girl is makeup and a dress, so...
God damn it, Sneaky! I was hoping to forget that.
I thought we all agreed never to speak of that
but again, so this author goes on to say that parents need to teach their kid that being a gay is not a crime. Well, actually, it is a crime in like 100-some states in the world.
If you're Muslim, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
Well, I was gonna say,
in the majority of Africa, it's a crime.
I was gonna say, dependent on where you are, it absolutely is a crime. Now, whether or not it should be a crime, different story.
We're not debating that here. We're just saying, we're just pointing out that in a majority of states in the world, being gay is a crime.
We are pointing facts. We are just pointing facts.
Yep. If everyone else being gay is okay, wait. Parents, teach your kids that being gay is not a crime, and everyone else being gay is okay, and don't bully or be bastards. Okay, so you're throwing like 9 different statements in here, and I don't think any of it had to do with him being gay.
No.
I'm going to bully and be a bastard.
Yeah.
Like, listen. If you're going to do that, fine, but you need to make sure that listen, this contract has to go both ways.
Yeah.
I won't make fun of you if you put in some effort for this
appearance. And you don't sexually harass me.
Yeah.
Well, that one's kind of an unwritten rule.
That is not dependent on me not making fun of them. If they start doing that, I just start throwing hands.
Look,
you know that's what they do. It's highly aggressive about it.
Oh, no, see, that's the thing. That's back in high school, so I had a gay upperclassman who was the president of the anime club. You know, we were decent friends. School friends, not like friends.
Yeah.
And, he hit on me one day, and I put my arm around his shoulder, and I brought him in real close, and I said, hey, look, buddy. You ever hit on me again, you won't have a dick to use anymore.
Was he just like understandable? Have a nice
and he
day.
is like, all right, that's fair. I'm
glad we had this talk. That is more reasonable than some of my own personal experiences. So.
Yeah, but Kaz, you don't understand. In this school at that point, I had gotten the reputation of just being
a violent murder hobo.
Yeah.
you don't understand. He really had. But that's beside the point, right? The point remains that, at least in the, granted, very limited interactions that I've had with that particular thing, you just tell them no. And at least the ones that I've run into were just like, oh, all right, bye.
Sneaky, guess what I just found on the second page of the Harry Potter stories things? Glory be to the Father. Glory be to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Under the guidance of Father Thomas, Sister Ginevra struggles to suppress herself as she blossoms into a woman. After all, control yourself or let the devil control you. The dire consequences are sure to follow. Feminist Catholicism, female body horror, absurd realism, unreliable narrator, one shot.
Was this a Harry Potter story?
Yeah.
About Ginny.
It's a Harry Potter section.
This is some fucking cursed runes.
In the second,
I'm not even like reading that story.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some Harry Potter fix today, guys. Oh, well, what are you reading in the Harry Potter section today? Oh, well, I'm gonna be reading about a Catholic nun who couldn't repress herself enough, so she got possessed by the devil and turned into a monster. What does any of that have to do with Harry Potter? I'm not sure.
Harry Potter. It literally just sounds like a fucking 40k writer.
The nun is Ginny Weasley.
No, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like someone just played Darkest Dungeon and got mad about the Vestal's backstory.
Indeed, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so like there's some really fucked up shit going on here. Like Cedric manages to escape the graveyard. He left Harry. The Dark Yord. The Dark Lord takes Harry away and shows him the truth. Now the teen has switched sides and is out for blood. Harry gets spit roasted by Lucius Malfoy and Voldemort.
What the fuck?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you're pardoned, but it doesn't stop it from existing.
Is this in the second page? Or?
No, this is the author.
First.
This is the author. This is the child pedophilia cat fucker. Yeah.
I thought we moved on from that.
This person's like an endless reaction machine.
We are unfortunately in the Harry Potter
section. I had a
section,
comment,
which means
but I
there
couldn't
is no
say.
hope.
I just left it in.
We are in the confines of the
Darkest Dungeon. I can't say that out loud.
Yes, they did in fact do those actions, Atin. Yeah, honestly, that is possibly the funniest thing about fanfiction, I have to say, is that there is so many fanfics that it's like, Harry was straight, and then he had gay butt sex forcefully.
Until he wasn't.
And now he's gay now, and it's like, wait. Wait a second. Hold up.
My personal favorite is when they're like, Harry didn't want to do this, but he was given no choice.
And there's like 300 different other reasons why he shouldn't do what he's doing.
Harry's soulmate is Draco Malfoy, and if he doesn't have sex with him once a day, he explodes.
You know what? This reminds me of
he explodes. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Rack's Snipper collection, where one of them is, Harry, you got to marry all these people or you're gonna die, and Harry just walks out, see ya, and Luna's the only one that understands he'd rather die than be forced into it.
Yeah, based.
And that was it was good.
What was the one?
Literally just
Death or
it was like one fucks the one. He had no other choice. There's literally like 300 different choices you can make that are all better. Like that one fucking joke where it's just like, man, I'm playing a Fallout game. Which one do I follow? The cannibals that eat babies, or literally anyone else? And it's like your choices are morally gray here. No, they're not.
It's like
well, look.
It's like the first time you run into Caesar's Legion, they have massacred a town, run a lottery to see who lives, and the lucky winner got their legs broke, and they've literally
No, that was the runner-up.
Yeah, that was the runner-up.
Yeah, sorry, that was the runner-up, and they've literally crucified the rest of the town, and it's just like, do I work with the incompetent bureaucracy that's possibly going to repeat the mistakes of the old world, or the people doing literal crucifixions?
Okay, but
decisions are morally gray.
No, hold up now. Hear me out. Caesar's Legion was pretty based.
No.
No, House is literally more based than there.
No, House is cringe. House is the ANCAP who only wants to be ANCAP because that means he can control the violence.
Okay, but Sneaky, Caesar is literally the misogynistic old man who is playing out a fan fiction.
Right, but you have to keep in mind, though.
That's also Sneaky.
I mean, I feel like the whole game is literally just geared to you going independent.
I mean, it is. The whole point of New Vegas is that everyone else sucks, and that truly, at the end of the day, the only person you can rely on is yourself. That's quite literally the point of New Vegas.
Except it's literally the whole fucking time. It's just like, oh, yeah, Yes Man could in fact turn on you. He's literally done it before.
Yes.
Well, it's not just. I would say it's not that you can only rely on yourself. It's that you shouldn't trust a power structure, right?
Yeah.
Because
an
important part of making the best ending for an independent Vegas is you
unified everyone else,
working with other unaligned factions to tell the current power structure to go fuck itself.
Right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I've never sided with Caesar's Legion. However, I will say the tactics they used are effective, and it does.
Yes.
And Vulpes had a point of, if the NCR was competent, what we did here wouldn't have happened.
He absolutely has a point.
Well, the NCR has basically become...
That does not mean that my point was not to pull out the 40mm grenade launcher and blow his legs off.
Oh, well, no shit, obviously. I'm just saying, though, is that...
Hippity-hoppity, the gun laws are now my property.
Yes. Boomers in a nutshell.
The guns are my property.
Yeah.
The boomers are extremely based.
The boomers are incredibly based.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Listen,
they run out of a very meritocracy.
Well, why were the artillery so inaccurate? Oh, it's because the children were firing at you. It's like, wait, what?
No, listen, my favorite thing about the
children artillery, that means you're able to move on.
Yeah.
You're able to join their system.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the boomers is you spend, like... Right, your first run through, right? After you've done it once, you know what to do, you know where to go, right? But that first run, you spend 20, 30 minutes just getting your ass exploded, just constantly seeing the
I'm gonna be honest.
Scene.
I'm gonna be honest. I never died to the boomers.
I think I did my first playthrough. I did NCR, and then after that, I only ever did house.
What happened was I was getting near the boomers for the first time, and I saw a bunch of corpses around, and I'm like, well, I didn't hear any gunshots, so these are probably purposely placed, especially the ones in the fucking craters.
Yes, they did a good job with that.
So I went up to the corpse, grabbed all the loot off it, heard the whistle, and went, oh, and then popped all of the drugs and proceeded to run in a straight line towards the fence.
I see. See, at that point, I didn't have many narcotics on me because I went relatively straight for Vegas.
Oh, I was only like level 9, but the thing is that like I just don't. I save all of the drugs until I need to be like, oh, this is the moment where it's just you take that 1 second to just inhale every substance on Earth.
Cocaine bear.
I always find it funny in...
But you make it all the way to the boomers, and they go, oh, right, and someone with a rocket launcher walks.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. A backpack mounted grenade launcher strolls up. Right, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna have to fight somebody. And she's like, hey, you made it through the gates. I'm not a big fan of you, but our leader wants to talk to you. Go on in. What? And then you meet the feistiest old lady who's like, oh my god, finally someone made it through the bombardment. I don't know if you're super observant, super agile, or just darn stupid lucky. But we've really needed someone to make it through so that I could negotiate with the outside. What did you just say to me, old woman?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
It's fantastic. And listen, they give you listen, you single-handedly can make them the most terrifying force left in all of America.
Yeah, you can equip them with a B-52 bomber.
I want to point out, at that period in time, the most advanced aircraft left in the wasteland are a couple of VTOL choppers, which, don't get me wrong, they're cool.
Yeah.
Vertibirds are very haha funny.
They're not gonna do anything.
They're not great, yeah. That's still possibly one of the best moments if you allied with the boomers, where the boomers are like, "Oh, don't worry, we got you covered," and you're like, "Well, wait, how do the boomers have me covered?" I know we got them the plane, but there's no way they. Holy shit!
You just hear incoming artillery, and you're
no, you don't hear artillery,
what?
dude. They dropped an entire line of bombs.
Yeah, they carpet bombed the Hoover Dam for you.
I know. Well, it's basically air-mounted artillery.
No.
Anyway, well, those
way bigger.
I will say, I will say there is some fun to be had if you purposely don't get the B-52, so you can pretend to be a member of the Imperial Guard for about 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Where they actually use actual artillery on the bridge. But yeah, you single-handedly make them the most terrifying thing in the world. Also, one thing that I really liked about New Vegas's ending slides, was that the game acknowledges that, yeah, you're one of those special individuals in history who just made things work. But even the ending slide says, but what's your plan for New Vegas once you're dead, kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Even the best ending slides are like, okay, but what happens when you die?
Well, that was.
I don't care about that. I'm dead. I don't care about that. I'm dead.
House was supposed to be the objective lesson that power concentrated under one person can make things both easier and harder, but also at the same time, House was supposed to be the objective lesson that power concentrated under one person just meant you only had one point of failure.
Yes. Well, he's also the objective lesson of term limits, right? Like, quite literally, he is the objective lesson of why governing bodies should not permit one individual to remain in power for an unlimited period of time.
Well, that's more Caesar's Legion.
Well, I think they're both like that.
Yeah, it's
basically the same lesson, except one says I dislike cleaning my room, and the other one is fuck taxes.
Yeah, okay, that's fair, yeah.
Fuck taxes.
Yeah, fuck taxes.
Except in-universe methods of immortality.
How many are there?
Aren't there?
Yeah, no, there's
two,
so there's
4.
no way for a human. Let's be clear. There's no way for a human to become immortal and stay human.
Yeah.
Human, no.
House became a tank baby that just by exposing him to air, he died to germs. He also wasn't really much of a human at that point. He was a tiny, shriveled, emaciated corpse kept alive by mechanics.
It was still very funny to hit him with a golf club.
It was. Best achievement in the game.
Still surprised they didn't name it "Would You Kindly."
Yeah.
Well, they named it a Slave Chooses.
Yes, they literally made the joke.
Wait, was it not 9-iron?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played Vegas.
No, 9-iron's the one you get for killing a driver Nafai with a 9-iron.
Oh, thank you.
Which is also hilarious. I can't believe I remember that, by the way.
That was a good game.
Times tables? No. Remembering that? Yes. Anyway, point is, then you have whatever happened to what were the brains in the big mountain? What were they in?
They were nutrient vats.
Yeah. So those were just brains in a jar. Then you have ghouls, which are immortal.
And super mutants.
I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
Ghouls, you have the basically permanent risk of going insane. Also, you're decidedly not human. Super mutants are ironically significantly more stable. But
it depends on the strain.
Yeah.
But you're certainly never reproducing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, as far as things that grant immortality and keep you human, there's only like 1 to 2 methods. Method 1 is Zeta mutation, and method 2, I believe, is the unnamed alien empire.
Yeah. Oh,
what was Zeta mutation?
Well, I guess there's technically. See, I guess there is technically a third option, which is ask the Eldritch Horror really nicely.
Okay, we don't talk about that one because that one's in Fallout 4.
Well, no, that one's in 3 and 2.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about...
And 76.
Right. I thought you were talking about the other one.
No.
Okay.
That's really...
There are a few,
really,
there
that's
are
the
a
only
few
one
Eldritch Horrors in Fallout. It's actually quite concerning.
The Dunwich Eldritch Horror is a method of immortality. The unnamed alien faction that gave immortality to that one dude locked underneath the insane asylum is another method, and that was genuine immortality because just imbibing his blood actually also imbued people with immortality.
Shit, what was that one in?
That was 4.
Yeah.
There's
I don't think that was aliens. I think that was just literally
No, it was aliens.
Lovecraftian horror.
No, it was aliens.
Anyway, the point is, he's got it, but he is being quite bullish about it, which is good.
Then the final method was the Zeta treatments, which is aliens as well. The Zeta treatments...
I guess, technically... Didn't the Institute have a way to copy a brain for a synthetic? And put it
that too. We're talking about, like, the keep you human, though.
We're also talking about just, like, keeping you alive as you are.
Well, keeping you alive as you are, I mean, you also have the Herald tree, and like that technically also imparts on you at least slowed aging.
The Herald
That's not true immortality.
Herald just becomes a tree.
Yeah.
The Herald tree in 3 where he's just like, please just fucking kill me.
But he's not really human anymore. He was
well, he's a ghoul.
No, he fell into a
he's not a ghoul.
No, he's not a ghoul.
No,
he's not a ghoul. He just fell into an FEV.
Yeah, he's straight up a tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, so he's the
remember, he didn't become a tree. He fell into the FEV vat in Fallout 1 and slowly became a tree over the course of 200 years.
Yep.
Least insane fauna fan.
Honestly, it's unfortunate, but that leaving him alive is actually one of the best endings in Fallout because he actually brings trees back to the wasteland.
Yes.
Me and the boys returning to nature.
My personal thing would have been like, okay, listen, I understand that this is horrible for you. Can you just hang on for like 20 years? And I'll kill you then, buddy.
Thanks.
But I am suffering. Dude, you are literally healing the land you are sitting on.
Yeah.
You are quite literally healing the nation.
Yeah, unironically, super mutants are actually extremely stable comparatively to all other methods.
Super mutants are super stable. It's
if you unfortunately get the unstable check mark against you, you're just unstable. Like that's just, you're just fucked. Like that's just how it is. You're either stable or you're unstable. There's like no like sliding scale of instability. It's like you're either stable or unstable.
Well, unless you're a Nightkin.
Yeah, but I would say that the Nightkin are always unstable. It's just they manage to be stable a majority of the time. But that's not a stability that is, like a normal person's stability. That's like a schizophrenic knowing that the illusions aren't real for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, the whole point of Lily's quest is getting her to take her meds.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you don't convince her to take the meds, you're a terrible person.
Yeah, you're an absolutely awful person.
Oh, I get extra damage and everything else. No.
Like, here's the thing. At least with a lot of the other quest lines, there's a moral gray. Well, some of them are morally gray. Some of them are at least a difficult decision, right? Like, I can completely understand why someone would tell Boone he should not forgive himself.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
that's fair.
Right. Is it unfortunate what he did? Yeah. Is he still the one who slaughtered women and children despite knowing that they were women and children?
I mean, yeah, there's a reason why most of the world does hold a particular distaste for the phrase, I was only following orders.
Yes.
You do? Crazy.
Oh, weird.
Right? Or like, I can completely understand why someone would send what's the ghoul gunslinger?
Raoul.
Raoul. Yeah, I can understand why someone would tell Raoul, yeah, go for vengeance. Go John Wick.
I always personally liked telling Raoul to just let go, learn to let go, because it's sort of like yeah, he can go all cowboy and get his fucking
Let me
chaps
be clear.
back, and
I personally always tell him to let go.
yeah.
I understand why some people would tell him to get mad.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Right, just like I understand why people would tell Boone not to forgive himself. And of all of them, I think Brotherhood is Steel Chick.
Personally, I did go with don't forgive yourself. You have to carry the weight.
You gotta carry that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, right, for a lot of the companion quests, they did a great job of there being a reasonable, right, at least when you get the decisions, some hemming and hawing, right? Like with Veronica, that's it, right?
Yeah, Veronica.
Either
Veronica
telling
was
her,
really good, yeah.
like, right, the options are, no, there's really no hope for the Brotherhood, and you don't owe them. You don't owe them enough to kill yourself for it.
Yeah. There isn't kill all the Brotherhood. I'm sorry, Victoria. It's the only way.
No, that for that one specific Brotherhood chapter, there's plenty of hope.
Yeah, you can actually do a lot with them.
You just have to make them work with the NCO. Well, no, you can get them to help you if you're independent too, can't you?
I feel like Cass was the most black-white.
Yeah.
And as far as can you make the
Whiskey
Brotherhood?
Girl.
Yeah, Cass of the Whiskey Rose.
Do you have something?
Yeah, not Cass the whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
It's literally just, oh, hey, your caravan was ambushed. You should go kill those guys.
Yeah, well, no, because the other option, this is why I'm saying it's very black and white, is because the other option is you sell her out and get her killed on purpose.
Oh, no, there's a third option. You turn them into the NCR.
Yeah, and then nothing happens.
I know, but that's still an option to complete the quest.
Yes.
Well, it's far better to shoot them in the face because it's hilarious.
Yeah, but like I said, that's not a great option though. Like the whole point of what we're talking about here is the variety of ways you can handle a situation. Report it to the government and nothing happens isn't really a morality choice.
It is a realistic one.
One thing that I actually really appreciate about Cass's whole thing is if you tell her, let's get evidence and then report them to the government and then just go kill them, she'll actually just leave. If you don't pass a speech check. Because she's like, what is this? Are you insane? Are you actually insane? And if you can't convince her that you're not, with a really good speech check of going, yeah, it's look, like I realized that nothing was going to happen and we just have to kill them, she'll go, I'm out. You're fucking insane.
No, and honestly, it was honestly, I really liked Cass's, because it's just like, I can't believe it. They've killed so many people. We can't let them get away with this. And your options are like, yeah, all right, fuck it, cocksgun.
First thing.
Yeah, for me, my personal favorite was walking into the energy, right? Sniping the guard outside the energy weapons dealer, walking in
sniping
with the auto shotgun and just going.
Yeah, just auto shotgun everyone.
Just. And the best part is, because you're in New Vegas, no one cares.
Yeah. No one really liked them anyway.
Yeah.
As noted by the time you do a quest for them, and they you have to stop a guy from pipe bombing the place.
By the way, fun fact: if you choose to let the pipe bomb go through, that is a perfectly valid method of completing Cass's quest at the same time.
Yep.
And there is dialogue if Cass is with you, where you can just basically go, "Oh, hey Cass, I think I solved your problem of how we get rid of them."
Yeah.
And she's just like, what the fuck? She just kind of like, face palms. And she's like, I mean, yeah, I guess. I kind of wanted to do it myself, but...
As far as best companions of Fallout series, Curie. Definitely Curie.
Curie is excellent, but I gotta say, just for me, on a personal level, my personal favorite is Boone. just because like
he's good.
all of his quests, like his backstory's very well written. The quests that you go on, right? Even the introductory quest to get him as a companion, you can't just kill someone, right? And you have to have, right? He doesn't just accept your word for it. There is no speech check. There is like a super big brain intelligence check, but you have to pass like 2 or 3 of those. Otherwise, he's just like, no, I want to know why you picked them.
Yeah.
I want the proof.
But anyway, you know what? This is a perfect segue into some Naruto stories. Because this is the best. So you guys thought college AUs? You guys thought coffee shop AUs were bad? Get away. Get away.
Get away. Rod, Sneaky Subconscious is warning us.
Get a load of this.
Oh god.
A death to escape. Confusion darted across his face. He must have seen something in Naruto's eyes because his expression darkened. His jaw tightened. Naruto, you didn't. Tell me you didn't. Of course not, Sasuke. Don't you remember? I'm an obedient rabbit.
What?
Fuck?
What?
Are you sure this is okay to read on like the terms of service?
Sequel to A Life to Escape. Don't worry, I include a recap inside. Alternative No Chakra AU taking place in college, and they're all in a psychiatric hospital. Trigger warnings inside. Sasuke times Naruto, Gaara times Lee.
I beg your pardon?
Those are some real bad takes, author.
Yeah.
Archer, you have to.
I think I liked it better when we were talking about crew. Can we talk about crew again?
No.
Unfortunate.
No. Shut up.
So A Life to Escape is a Sasuke times Naruto AU. They had to help each other. They were safe. That is, until Naruto's worst nightmare comes to reclaim him. 4 years later, the timid, blonde, and brooding brunette, Sasuke is not a brunette, are reunited. Can Sasuke still save his person? And what is Gaara doing? Warning, graphic abuse, gay sex, explicit content.
Wait, what do you mean it's not a brunette?
Sasuke has black hair, brunette's brown.
Bruh.
Isn't just brown like a... Isn't... Hold on.
No, brunette's been used like interchangeably between black and brown for.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It has.
So
Actual
brunette counts for anything dark.
We can't do anything about it at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. So corruptions of words aside.
That's an old corruption. I'm sorry to say.
I am aware.
Also, death to the author who wrote this.
Yeah.
Yes, we've wished this many times on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like this author. And honestly, they've written 40 chapters, 44,000 words for this first story. So basically 1,000 word snippets of gay sex. 9 favorites. 9 favorites in the Naruto section.
9 favorites and 11 follows? 9, 11?
You know what? That gives me some faith in mankind.
Yeah.
What is the author trying to
friends. I have to do this, Hinata. I have to take you down. Don't make me hurt you. Sakura wore her Anbu uniform and pulled her mask aside to look at Hinata. Her dearest friend just looked at her with frostbitten eyes. But Sakura, I thought you were my best friend.
Sakura, I thought you were best
Hey, Sakura, taking off your mask like that is treason.
Favorites 69.
Okay. A, nice, but B, you know what, author? I'll give you some credit. You got my attention with that.
Did he?
Listen, at least as far as the summary goes, I'd be like, okay, I will actually click on this.
Unfortunate.
Personally, I wouldn't because of the tags. It's a mystery romance story. 30 chapters, 173,000 words, which puts it at roughly 5,000 words a chapter, maybe like 5.5. So that doesn't bring me a lot of good vibes. Another thing to keep in mind is this dude gets like 2.1 favorites per chapter, and he's been releasing chapters over the course of the past year, so it's not like he flooded this, the page with chapters. He's been steadily releasing a chapter maybe twice a month for the past year. 5,000 words each chapter too. So like these are significant chapters twice a month for the past year, and he's only got 69 favorites. Like, I'm sorry, but that does not bring me confidence.
No,
that's just a red flag right there.
My other worry here is that Sakura as an Anbu ? The whole problem with Sakura being Anbu is that she's not set up to be Anbu. She
doesn't have an assassination.
Well, not only does she not have an assassination skill set, her whole character arc doesn't set her up to be Anbu, and her whole power-ups are explicitly un-Anbu-like, because the whole point of being an Anbu is that no one's supposed to know it's you, because you're supposed to be able to deny that this person was ever there. And if this person's calling card is shattering mountains, and there just happens to be a shattered mountain where some important person was assassinated, everyone's gonna be like, dude, like, you can't cover this up. Like, you shattered a mountain. Only one person can shatter mountains. You destroyed the mountain. Like, it's literally adding 1 + 1. It's not even math at this point. So, like, basically, Sakura's core character does not set herself up to be an Anbu, which means you'd have to make a massively AU Sakura, which at this point, we're just going to assume a massive AU Sakura, and now she's an Anbu, and now she's fighting Hinata for some reason to a death battle. And then Hinata apparently is also best friends with this massively AU Sakura who went into Anbu, who she never assumed would try to stop her, because assumedly she's trying to attack the village in some way. There's just a lot of setup that is just assumed before we get even into the story, and I'm not invested in any of those characters in that way to make me sit there and read the story or click on it. Because, like, the main characters are supposedly Naruto, which I doubt, Sakura, Ino, and Hinata. It's even a finished story, which means it should have more favorites than follows, but it doesn't.
Very unfortunate.
Chasing a shadow, reincarnated into a world with magical ninja and militaristic societies, meant her life would likely end in tragedy. Fair. All she wanted was to treasure her time with her new family while she could. Fair. Unfortunately, life would have her face these tragedies instead. Reincarnation fic. This is not a fix-it fic. Also, the big bad doesn't exist.
I mean, that's kind of good for, unless they mean all cards.
Kaguya doesn't exist, so
yeah, that makes sense.
So Kaguya doesn't exist, and either the I mean, you have to retool a lot of, because the only reason why Madara is alive is because Zetsu's alive, and the only reason that Zetsu's alive is because Kaguya is alive, and the only reason why Madara even goes through with his whole "I'm going to throw the entire world into war" plan is because he was influenced by Zetsu and the fact that he's the descendant to do so. So I mean, it's
yeah.
It's kind
Kaguya
of
not existing literally removes all of the bloodline clans. Like, Uchiha, Uzumaki, fucking all of them.
Yeah. I mean, so. Yeah, but that's easier to just hand wave away, is that you just don't go into the origins of the bloodlines for those clans. That's fair enough and fine. If you just want to write a story without the big evil bad, that fair. But the problem does come from the fact that Madara directly influenced multiple events into happening, specifically because he was influenced by a character that only exists because of Kaguya.
Yeah, the entire thing with that was Black Zetsu changed the wording on the Uchiha tablet.
Yeah.
Basically, Madara do a dumb.
Yeah.
So Madara is working entirely off of false information because of Black Zetsu here.
That and the fact that Madara is only alive because of White Zetsu fusing him into a tree or some shit.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
So it's just like, if you remove Kaguya, then either Zetsu has to come up with a completely different backstory, and as to why he would be the one to want to throw the world into chaos, because he's the one that keeps Madara alive. So if you're going to try and square the circle of Kaguya not being there, but Zetsu still is, now you're going to have to come up with a completely original timeline that puts Zetsu in the same position to still help Madara keep the timeline intact.
You can't, because Zetsu is literally Kaguya's shadow.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You would have to come up with a completely original, like, backstory for Zetsu.
In which case, it just wouldn't fucking be Zetsu at that point. You may as well just have somebody else do it.
Yeah, I know, that's sort of my point.
I mean, why was Zetsu even have, like, a Kusa headband, a grass village headband anyway?
Oh, because he pretended to be a grass village ninja.
Because he's false flagging.
Yeah.
But then he would have had to be, like, S-class, like, good enough to be able to be part of Akatsuki, because he was part of it before.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Which makes me think, like, really?
Yeah.
And no one knows what he can do, or that he can go into the ground or anything, or similarly like that, or that he has fucking, like, Mokuton.
Apparently not.
I mean, it's entirely possible that the Kage of Grass knew, and that when Zetsu left, he just killed off the Kage.
Yeah, and replaced him with a clone, yeah, I guess.
Well, not even replace him with a clone, just alright, so this guy knows everything I can do, so I'll just kill him. Because before, the Kage wasn't giving out this information because Zetsu was a valuable tool of the ninja, village, and now, since he's the only one that knows, and Zetsu kills him, then it doesn't matter who the next Kage is. No one else is going to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, remember, Obito replaced the Mizukage himself at one point.
Yeah. Which somehow no one noticed.
Yeah, no, right?
Was it Obito, or was that actually, was that actually fucking real Madara? Was it Obito?
No,
it was Obito.
It was Obito.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so like I'm saying, like, there's unfortunately a large majority of the current Naruto problems were created specifically because of the chain of events leading from Kaguya, and you have to come up with completely original reasonings behind all of that. I mean, if you're saying no Kaguya, Madara is still somehow the big bad. Somehow he found some other immortality jutsu, or fine, whatever. Why would he throw the world into war? Oh, I just want to blow stuff up, so now he's downgraded as a villain? Like,
maybe he wants to bring back Hashirama just to keep getting in good fights.
Like, you're literally just, like, you're gonna Flanderize Madara solely because you don't want Kaguya to be the big bad anymore? It would be like if you're writing a Worm story and you Flanderize the Slaughterhouse 9 because you don't want the Endbringers to ruin the story, so you remove them all.
Yeah. Which doesn't make sense, because a bunch of people would probably be fucking dead without the Endbringers making people play with kid gloves.
Well, not only that would a bunch of people be dead, like, the world would actually be way better off without the Endbringers, because multiple countries were annihilated by them. The shipping lanes.
The purpose is to do exactly that, to make to up the difficulty setting for fucking Eidolon.
Right, yeah. It's just like, yeah, without the Endbringers, Eidolon's powers never goes away. Like, that was the whole point, is the reason why his powers were draining is because he had his 4th power set to the fucking Endbringer controller. Constantly. Yeah. So, it, I don't know,
shit's weird.
If you tried to do that sort of story without Kaguya, you know, like back in like 2012, 2014, it would be tolerable because back then we just thought bad people were doing bad things for basic, you know, things like greed and lust for violence and shit, and that's
human reasons.
You know, that's easy to plot around. But when you introduce something like a 1,000-year-old creature who's been manipulating the creation and destruction of countries behind the scenes for hundreds of years, and then you're like, well, actually, this person doesn't exist anymore in my fic, but we're still actually gonna, like...
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, still nothing's changed. It's kind of like, bruh...
Nothing has changed, fuck you.
Okay, you could turn and go, so I'm ignoring everything from canon from this point onward, so we're going to the whole thing. It's like, you know, with Worm again, you know, it's like I'm ignoring Worm because fuck that shit, the author made it on purpose to fuck with his audience, so I'm not going to give him the benefit of playing with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair enough, that's fine, but it does mean you do have to come up with a different finale to the story. Because if you're saying, you know, Kaguya is not there, then Madara is probably not going to be there anymore unless you have to come up with some whole bullshit reason. And yeah, sure, maybe it's just like, oh, actually, it's just the natural history of the world and no one manipulated anything and just bad shit just happened because bad people were bad. It's like, all right, you know what, that's fair enough. But you still do have to come up with a big bad for the hero to, in the end, beat. I mean, you know... Even in mystery novels, like, we're not even talking action at this point, mystery novels, even in romance novels, there is a villain that the hero has to beat. Just because the hero beating the villain in a romance novel is them finding some sort of, like, you know, Buddha Vista enlightenment about their character, and how they need to, like, learn to let go, or they need to learn to take charge of their life, or they need to learn to do something, and so that's why they end up pursuing the romantic interest, and they ultimately, like, they get out of the bad situation in the end. There was still a villain. There was still a hero. They still beat the villain in the end of the story. So you have to come up with a villain. There has to be the final villain in your story to end it. The only story that can get away with not having that is a slice of life.
And that's not even like...
And even then, slice of life tends to make the villain of the story life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dealing with life on a daily basis, you definitely believe life's the villain here.
Yeah, you can't beat life. You might can...
You can try.
Like, slice of lives are literally the real life was the friends we made along the way. That's what slice of lives are, is that we beat the villain that is life by finding people we can enjoy being around every day. That's what slice of lives are. And, I mean, so even in the end, even slice of life has a villain.
Slice of life's villain is the fact that some people can't handle the fact that they're not perfect or something like that. I don't fucking remember.
Well, no, slice of life. Well, no, slice of life can be all sorts of things. It can be just, you know, a bunch of kids going to school every day and they get up to hijinks. You know, I mean that is possibly one of my favorite things about Medaka Box, is that Medaka Box started off the series with just a very esoteric slice of life format of, like, yeah, sure, weird things happen, and it's like, it's just the high school experience, and then it just does a 180, slaps you in the face with its dick, and is like, surprise, bitch. it's an action story now. You better go save the princess. It's like, wait, what?
God damn it, turning my slice of life into an action comedy.
Many such cases. It's funny, like, half the fucking slice of life stories that come out of manga are literally just at the end, just like, oh, hey, by the way, there's a world-ending threat coming to kill you. Have fun.
Not really.
I can think of at least 10.
And there's, like, at least 1 million manga.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still weird that it happened at least 10 times.
Not really.
If I had a penny for every time that happened,
You know, no. What's weird is if I had a nickel for every time a main character got turned into a kindergarten tier little girl when they were previously a 20 to 30-year-old man by their little sister slipping them drugs, and they decide to, with their mature intellect of being a previously 20 to 30-year-old man, to manipulate their friend group around them to turn them into actually decent women that have personalities that are preferable to him, then I would have at least 1 nickel, which isn't a lot of nickels, but that was a very specific example.
Onimai?
I'm gonna be real, I don't know where you were going with this.
There's a story called Onimai about that. Now I'm Your Sister. Specifically, the main character gets slipped a hyper-estrogen pill.
By Mad Scientist's sister, which just gets kind of...
Which somehow de-ages him into, like, a 3rd grader. Girl. And...
Somehow.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it, Japan.
And it gets worse. Like, I told Max this the entire... it gets worse.
Yeah,
I was just sitting there telling Max this as it progressively got worse, and he's like, Sneaky, please.
No, yeah, it does get worse.
And so...
Please shut up.
It starts
I don't
off...
want to hear this anymore.
It starts off with him just, like, being like, oh, well, I'm a shut-in otaku. He gets dosed with the potion. He turns into this, like, 3rd grade girl. And, like, I forget how the mad scientist figured out how to make, like, forged documents to get him back into school, but she did. And so he's like, all right.
Go ahead and stay. Don't think too hard about that.
Yeah, so basically she, like, bribes him into going back to school by promising to buy, like, games or some shit. Whatever.
Yeah, emoji games, I think.
Yeah.
Sex games.
Yeah. So, also, by the way, 3rd grader buying sex games, so, yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan.
And so anyway, he goes to school, is like, Lamal, this is so easy. Being a 3rd grader with my mental strength is just like a cheat mode to getting back through school. And then he ends up with all of these 3rd grader girls as his friends because he's very mature and friendly. And he decides that, well, you know, modern women are terrible and awful, so I'm going to emotionally and socially manipulate these children and groom them into having personalities that I prefer.
Yep.
I mean...
And it's like, okay. And then the story just, like, abruptly, several times throughout each arc, the story will just slap you in the face and be like, oh, he wet himself again. He doesn't have control of his bladder like he used to. And it's like,
yep.
What?
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, what? It's never a plot point, really. It's just, the story is just like panel. Oh, he wet himself. He got nervous. It's like, what? What?
I could see doing it once or twice right at the beginning.
No.
When he's still getting used to it.
No.
Yeah,
multiple times, and it's kind of just like...
Once or twice.
In today's chapter, we spot the obvious fetish.
Yeah, there was a lot of points in time where you're just like, ooh.
Yes, this is a fetish. Excuse
so
me
then
while
it
I
gets
want to go kill myself.
So yeah, then it gets worse. So the main character starts having moments of mental age regression.
Hello, yes, this is the this is nose hair. I'm calling the police. I would like to kill myself.
This is why I exited the story, because originally I was reading it because of the train wreck premise. I was like, I have to see how this plays out, and then
I mean, at least it's not as train wreck as RE Monster.
No, it was worse. No, honestly, on the scale of morality and ethics, it was absolutely worse. Because the problem I had with it was that, like, multiple times throughout the chapters, as you were reading them, you're like, no, this is just blatantly the author including their fetish in the story. Like, there's something happens and there is no reason given for why it happens. There's no reason given as to how this affects the plot, because it never does. It just happens, and it's like, this is blatantly a fetish of the authors.
Okay, I could see some middle age aggression, but only like again right at the fucking beginning, before he gets used to it or some shit. It's like,
no,
this is a surprise.
It's actually the opposite. Nope. He actually starts off as a very mature individual, and then over time, all of his plans start devolving, and he starts losing all of his knowledge and maturity.
So his brain physically regressed.
Yeah, and it gets worse though, because he doesn't let go of any of his ideas. It's just that all of his ideas on how to groom his friends just turn into more immature, kid-like plots. Also, by the way, he does groom one of them into being his girlfriend.
Yes.
Don't you mean her girlfriend? Because, I mean, does she ever revert?
I think this might be wrong, but I think they still sometimes grow a penis.
No, they don't have a penis. No.
Oh, good. They do not have a penis. That is exactly what we were worried about.
Caveat. I did not read, like, past chapter 30.
Why did you read to chapter 30?
To watch the train wreck, obviously.
Yeah, I wanted to watch the train wreck. Yeah. I was bored, and I was like, well, how the fuck is this going to plan out? And each chapter, I was like, oh. Ooh.
That's how.
Ooh.
I do not.
Train's doing flips. Oh look, there goes some passengers.
Yeah.
Let's call it fire.
It was actually around the chapter where it was around the mini arc where he started grooming this one girl in the friend group to be a romantic interest. And I literally meant grooming. As in, like, they would take them out and they would tell them how to dress up, and they would, like, they wouldn't do anything lewd. They were just getting them extremely used to having close contact with his body. Her body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Today I want to murder this author.
It was very reminiscent of how modern day bad actors do it to children in schools and other such institutions, where they like he approached her and he's like, oh, well, you can tell me all your problems, I'll always be there for you.
It's I am here as a helper to you, so you should trust
all
me.
of the advice I give to you somehow always ends up with you being more reliant on me. And yeah, and I was kind of just reading this, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't go further. I have to stop here.
Yeah.
This needs to stop.
I mean, if all he was doing was teaching them how to be decent people and good women, that would be one thing. But it sounds like what he's doing is...
Well, like I said, you have to keep in mind is that there is mental age regression going on in this story. And like most children, all of his plots become extremely villain-like.
Yes.
Checks out.
Yeah, because children and just... Like, he just loses all abstract morality from his ideas, effectively.
He goes complete id.
Yeah. It just gets really weird, and I was kind of just like, alright. And, like, he's getting the girl used to wearing, more revealing clothing. I'm just like, Jesus.
Oh, no.
And keep in mind, they're third graders, so they're all, like, 9.
8, 9.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, jeez. And the older sister is just supportive of all of it.
Yeah, she's a sexual predator, basically.
So the older sister was a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that older sister would have been beaten to death after this if she couldn't produce a cure.
Also, the older sister is fully aware and knew the entire time that he would start mentally regressing and still feeds him porn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has a fetish.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this author's got issues.
No, you don't say.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah. Let's see what we got up here. The Seraph Project. Oh, I'm sure this is going to be incredibly good. Naruto is abducted without leaving a trace. After months of absence, he reappears in the village, but he is different. Only Kakashi will manage to gain the trust of an amnesiac and feral Naruto.
Oh, God.
A mystery romance story featuring Kakashi and Naruto. Keep in mind, this is a child Naruto.
Oh, no.
Hey, look who's on the front page, everyone.
It's me, because I know I updated today.
Look who's on the front page.
Oh, Sign. I thought you were talking about Kyoka Suigetsu Totsuko, because that's an old name.
Naruto, but it's slut ninjas.
Yes, that's right.
You know what? I will give him credit where it's due. He is very upfront about what his story's gonna be about.
Yes. The commissioner wanted something very specific, and I'm like, alright, so you want me to make it Naruto, but kind of cultivation-y and more like Taimadan. You know what? Okay. Here's your title, Naruto, but it's slut ninjas.
It's very upfront, also 600 favorites. Not surprised by this information at all. Yeah. Naruto, but it's slut ninjas. A Naruto AU where sex between ninjas leads to gains. So big chakra energy is king. Harem, gender flip Sasuke and Naruto, lots of sex.
No. Gender flip, Sasuke and Haku.
Oh, sorry.
Not Naruto.
My bad. Yeah.
Naruto is the main character.
Naruto puts his dick in everyone.
Because they also want me to do a distaff side of it. Sasuke is the main character, and Naruto gender flipped.
Now, don't take this the wrong way.
I think your commissioners are mentally ill. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, that too. However, I do also say, don't take this the wrong way, Sign. I feel like you should be banned from FFN.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
But then again, so given everything I've written, given what you know about what I've written, this is tame compared to some of the shit on FFN.
I'm aware. That's what I was saying. It was like, from a moral principle of my opinions, even though I really like Noodle Hammer and I like the non-porn sections of your stories, I think you both should be banned from FFN.
Don't get it wrong, I get you. I'm using FFN to do free advertising, basically.
Yeah, no, and I understand,
Congratulations, you have gotten the Sneaky Award of please stop fucking posting.
No. He gets the Sneaky Award of I don't like it, but I understand. Because FFN does not regulate their content anymore. I believe they should. I believe FFN deserves the biggest fucking purge in existence. I think that at least half the stories on this website should be just annihilated with a snap of a finger.
But then all of my stories will be gone from FFN.
Yeah, so that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make.
God do it. Of course you're willing to make it. You're not sacrificing anything.
Right, but my point being here is on a morality level, that is what I believe. It's like, yes,
this is the sacrifice we are willing to make.
I like these people, but I understand that in an event of FFN actually applying their rules, they would be gone. It's like, I get
I agree 100%. Most of my stories, if not my entire account, would just be fucking gone. But on the other hand, I've been playing that game since before this site was a thing, so I'd be back inside of 2 hours.
Right, but my point is if this was... Because I've actually argued with people in the past, they're like, oh, well, I bet some of your favorite stories would be deleted too. And it's like, yeah, they would be. And I would agree that if FFN was actually applying its rules and was actually applying them fairly to every single story, in this hypothetical scenario, I would accept my favorite stories being deleted if that meant FFN was actually applying its rules.
Sure, yeah, but though they're not going to.
No, absolutely not. They're not going to fucking do it at all. I'm all on the board on the accelerationism train. Don't get me wrong.
There are no brakes on this train.
I mean, look, we literally just encountered a story at the start off this whole fucking podcast where Harry Potter had 500 anal tears given to him by rape. So, I mean...
And this wasn't the first story we found with that
This is not the first anal tear story we found either, but this is the most anal tear story.
Jesus Christ.
And also, Harry Potter turns into a fucking cat boy and gets bred by Snape, quite literally.
My shit isn't that fucking weird.
There's a lot of questions here, but like I said, you know, if that shit's allowed, apparently according to FFN, if that shit's fucking allowed, post all you want, sign.
I'm planning to.
You know, it's times like this I wish I had my fucking camera up, because I am gesticulating fucking wildly, and there is not a single person around me that can see it.
I would consider that a small blessing if I were you.
I mean, 50-50.
They may give you a jacket that lets you hug yourself.
Why would I hug myself?
Straight jacket, Snaky.
Oh. To protect and endure by the legendary Kyoka Suigetsu Totsuka.
Oh no, I don't like
that name. It's an old name.
It's an eldritch name.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because it's a very old name.
It is, mainly, especially if you've been into the PJO section, the Naruto section, and Bleach, yeah.
Naruto, Bleach, and Harry Potter.
That's where they're most known.
Yeah. The Chibi of Anbu, the baby boy of Konoha, the little fish cake. Uzumaki Naruto has many names and many older siblings, being the only child raised entirely by a special forces operation. He is everyone's little brother. His first words was kaka and ni. He may be an orphan, but he has the biggest family in Konoha. Fuinjutsu Naruto times Xena.
What's the name of this story again?
To protect and endure.
It reminds me of Underbrat.
That's because it probably is written similarly in the same timeline as the guy who operated originally.
God damn it. So it's a knockoff.
I mean, yeah, this dude joined in 2012. This dude's been writing Naruto fanfics since literally the start.
Yeah. If you were in Naruto fanfic, there's a good chance he was probably one of your first you read.
Yeah, profile last updated 2014. He was 21 years old then.
I have Naruto stories older than his account.
He is 30 years old. My collaboration account is possibly the better known PJO story, The Maelstrom of Olympia. It's not good.
Know that story. I don't think I actually know that story. He has Soul Reaper crew and his favorite authors.
What in the fuck is going on here?
What is
the
this?
Types of kisses I use in my story index.
Why did he make this index?
There is the forehead kiss, the Eskimo kiss, the French kiss, the single lip kiss, the hand kiss, the earlobe kiss, the butterfly kiss, the upside down kiss, the lingering lip kiss, the cheek kiss, the singular peck, the secret messaging kiss. The secret messaging kiss is effectively a French kiss where you speak to someone by kissing them.
I feel like I've seen that in a porn story involving BJs.
There is the lizard kiss, in where you explore your lover's mouth with your tongue in quick strokes. There is the air kiss. There is the angel kiss. There is the biting kiss where you bite them after French kissing them. There is the neck kiss, the vampire kiss where you bite their neck after kissing them, the jawline kiss where you lick their jawline, and there is the teaser kiss where it starts at the forehead and ends at the dick.
What?
These are the kisses that will be involved in my story.
No. Also, hey, at least I figured out one good thing from this. Because of his favorite authors. Engulfing Silence hasn't updated since 2021.
Holy shit. Really?
Yeah, apparently Legend of Gaia Sinan fucking updated October 12th, 2021.
Oh.
Why would you go to the autismo level of labeling every one of your kisses in your stories?
Because he's autistic?
That would be going to say there's not really much of a answer for that one, except for that.
Yeah.
These are the types of strokes I use in my sex stories.
Yeah, you know what, Sign, actually, you should absolutely release a one-shot in your snippet thread of just these are the following sex positions and strokes I use in my fanfiction.
And then just write the Kama Sutra out, yeah.
Yeah, just no context. You don't say anything else besides just, here's an index of sex positions. Just no context at all. Just post it.
Randomly throw in ways to swim, like backstroke and breaststroke in between them.
Yeah, just no contest at all. Don't reply to anyone when they ask you about it. Don't reply to any comments. Just post it with absolutely no context.
Jesus Christ.
Except shield the stream and say if they want context, they gotta watch the entire one.
If you require context for this, please listen to our schizophrenic stream.
Yeah.
No, because then I'd get banned.
That's true. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've said something worth getting me blackballed over.
Oh, 1000%.
There's a lot of people
if
that
this
have that
stream is ever actually found, God, I don't know how I've not been banned yet.
To all federal agents watching this stream, come and get me. Fuck you.
Hey, Steve, my dedicated federal agent. How you doing, buddy? I still owe you that beer.
So, Bill, my dedicated federal agent, my door is always open. Watch Claymore.
Yeah.
Life has many doors, Fed boy.
You finally find your federal agent, and your first job is to take them on a drinking binge.
Yeah. That is a requirement. That is a requirement.
You know, I honestly feel bad for my assigned federal agent because they'd have to sit here through this podcast twice a week.
You have to listen to your fucking schizophrenic shit.
Just on the off case I say something.
Reminder that these people have to take therapy to de-radicalize them once every 6 months or so.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not, because my Fed's probably doing what I am and just getting drunk.
I can drink to that.
What is your hey, what's your dude doing? Oh, he's getting drunk again. Why do you have alcohol? Because he's getting drunk again. I fail to see the issue with this.
What's your deal? Yeah. What are you doing?
Don't drink alone.
Well, he's doing his podcast again. Oh, what's on this time? Pedophilia.
Again?
Did we get him yet? No, he's just reading someone else's pedophilia. What?
Why would he make himself suffer like that?
Actually, he's inflicting it upon everyone else. He is like 4 drinks into a vodka bottle. Oh.
Are we sure he's not working for us?
I don't know. We haven't given him any guns yet.
Maybe he works for the CIA. No, he's NSA. He's got to be NSA.
It's my running theory that he's actually NSA, and this is a prank being played on me by my superior. Oh god, I want this video clip to be recorded for the futures. That I just want to ensure that everyone knows that everything in this podcast is said in a completely satiric tone, and at no point are we to be taken seriously at all until the inevitable day that the bombing occurs. T-minus 12. What does 12 mean? No one knows what 12 means, but T-minus 12.
He placed.
Love you, Steve. Sorry for what we put you through.
12 years, 12 months, 12 minutes, 12 weeks. Who knows?
Steve, I'm very sorry to say there is a bomb in your car.
All I can say is, Steve, you're pretty cool. Don't start your car tomorrow.
Also, avoid your mailbox.
Don't trust the Amazon package that arrives.
It's a mimic.
Sneaky, Steve's
that Amazon package is not for me. That is for my schizophrenic friend who hates the government.
My friend named Ted, yes.
I swear, everything that arrives at my doorstep, I'm being framed. I don't care what it is. I'm being framed.
This is when you buy things off the dollar menu on eBay.
Also, did we really scare off Infanticus with one stream?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Federal agent, I have also sent you at least 3 gunpla.
Kaz, you don't understand, Kaz. The normie minds cannot handle.
He wants to fuck a toaster. That's not a normie.
That's not a normie.
That is not a normie.
No, you don't understand.
My man wants to fuck a toaster.
There's a new breed of normie out there.
Oh god.
There's a new breed.
Do you know how you fucking sound right now? There's a new breed of people that are normal.
He's not wrong.
Well, hold on.
I hate it. But
I'm not including myself in this category. I want to be clear. I am not in this category of new species of human going on here, okay? But there's a new breed of normie. There's a new breed of normie in that they straddle they are the overlap on the Venn diagram of normie and touch grass. Because they're like the normie, but they're also into toaster fucking and furry shit. But like they're literally, aside from those weird kinks, they are completely normie.
Remember, there's a entire generation who was raised off of World of Warcraft, Futanari, elf porn bullshit.
I beg your pardon, what was that?
I will have you know, I have never seen an elf with a dick, and I am going to keep it that way.
I wish I could say the same.
Yes, I wish I could say the same.
Well, I'm just that powerful, I suppose.
Those ones who, saw the Five Nights at Freddy's porn.
You know what? That's a good point. Well, we should go look up Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my
god. It's My Little Pony porn and all the clock.
I will kill you.
Hey, look, nose, look.
I'm saying this for different
Sneaky,
reasons. Because it's bad, but because it's boring.
Nose,
please reconsider what you are about to fucking say before I travel to where you live and kill you.
Sneaky, can we please not look at Five Nights at Freddy's? Not bad, but
what?
I want you to understand that I am saying this from a position of absolute neutrality.
Oh boy, here we go. What is it?
You have brought up My Little Pony far too many times in a conversation for me to believe anything else.
I am insulted. I am actually insulted.
My dude, it's like a guy who constantly complains to me about black people, then coming to me and saying, "But look, dude, I'm not racist." Okay.
I just really fucking hate the show. Okay. I hate the people that watch it. I hate everything about it. I don't know why people find it interesting.
Yeah. I will give you all of these points. I will also, however, remind you, you are the first person who ever introduced to me the My Little Pony Fallout New Vegas 16-book release.
I regret this. I regret this.
You are the person that brought that to my attention.
I would like to point out, for the sake of clarity,
defended
I brought it out as...
You defended it.
When did I fucking defend this?
You defended it.
When?
I said it was cringe. I know, I said it was cringe, and you replied with, "It's actually quite well written."
When the fuck did I say this? I
like
literally don't
4 years ago.
I do not believe you.
Well, I think I remember saying if it wasn't My Little Pony, it would actually be alright. If I remember that...
That's possible as well. Yeah. So we have you in the mousetrap nose. I want you to know. It's not the killer mousetrap. It's the ethical mousetrap. You know, the one that's just a cage. But we have.
I denounce all of my former self's opinions on.
I mean.
Well, you can't just be like past self. Fuck that guy.
I can absolutely say that in some forms.
Well, you know, it's weird, but out of everyone here, I probably know the most about My Little Pony because I used to smoke weed with bronies because they had the fucking best, like...
You know what? That's fair.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
had the best shit.
You had to be fucked up beyond belief to let that show, yeah?
Yeah, so they put it on while high as fuck, and I'd just be on my phone looking up fanfictions while they were watching.
That's weird, man.
It's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
But the thing is, I didn't have to pay for it because we were friends. If I wanted equally as good shit, I would have to go to other people and pay them.
Ah, yes.
Dude's got a point. Like, look, drugs... I'm not...
And the house was always full of chicken nuggets as well, so I didn't have to worry about one.
That's pretty based. Yeah, I'll give you that. I still... Look, so I was in college. I came out to go take a shower one morning. And I had a naked, extremely overweight, rotund individual of the male genitalia underneath a blanket, underneath the pool table, watching My Little Pony on a CRT TV. You know, that old tube shit. With two other extremely rotund girls, and they were all giggling underneath a blanket, underneath the pool table, in the middle of the common room.
What dorm was this?
This is in Champlain. This is my freshman year.
I'm saying, what dorm was this?
Oh, 315.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
You know my number?
Oh yeah, no, we were 315.
315 was shit.
We were 315. Yeah.
I mean, 315 was special.
There were certain houses in that college that were absolutely the place where shit was weird.
Yeah.
One of them was 315.
Yeah.
And the other was South House.
315 was the subtle one, okay? So everyone knew about South House. Everyone knew about South House specifically because when it was 2 o'clock, the police sirens went off and South House did something again.
Yes, I can confirm at least...
I
can confirm at least 2 of my roommates
had
that exact...
You always knew it was 2 o'clock when you heard this.
100%. There was quite literally a situation in one class where someone's like, "What time is it?" And as they're going to look at their phone, I hear a police siren and I go, "Oh, it's probably 2 o'clock." And they look at their phone and they're like, "Yeah, how did you know that?" I'm like, "Oh, South House just got the police on them again."
No, he is absolutely right in his statement.
That's great.
South House was literally the thing is about South House. This is something that I have to explain. So South House was on the ass end of campus, which meant, of course,
it was also considered a wet house.
A what?
It was considered a wet house. It was technically not one, but yes, it was. It was basically a wet house.
So the campus had divided its dormitories into dry houses and wet houses. And this was effectively, if you go to a dry house, it's a little bit cheaper, but also you're not allowed to have alcohol or cigarettes or weed.
Yeah, I gotcha.
South House was so fucking far away from campus, despite being labeled as a dry house, I don't think a single fucking person in that entire goddamn fraternity was sober at any point in time during their school year.
Based.
Besides maybe Nose.
No.
Yeah.
No, there was... I did some drinking.
Yeah, some drinking. He was a previous alcoholic, so yeah. South House just happened to be the location that was just so far from campus that they got away with a lot of shit, but also simultaneously constantly had the cops called on them because they were so far away from campus that A, the security teams didn't want to go down there, but B, the cops were being called because they were next to a bunch of people that weren't from the school.
Which meant they were snitches.
Well, yes, but at the same time, look, we had some scenario. Okay, look, there was a time in where it was a late night class, and we look out our window because someone's screaming, and they're naked, rolling on the ground, screaming at the top of their lungs, and there's like 6 cops surrounding them, telling them to stop moving and stop screaming, and they proceeded to streak off into the distance, and all we heard was the cops shouting about how they did like 4 times the OD on meth, and they really need to capture the guy before he dies.
Yeah, that sounds like someone from South House. Honestly, you give me like a last name and I'd probably tell you who it was.
No one knew who it was. Everyone looked out the window and we were all just like, who the fuck is that? They were a Champlain student, don't get me wrong here. They were absolutely a student. It's just we had no idea who it was.
Oh, Dave's first bad trip.
Yeah, they had a small wee bit of bad trip that only included 5 cop cars and 20 cops.
Just a little bit of a bad
Baby's first bad trip.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so confused about that, Sneaky. It's just a bad trip.
Yeah, baby's first.
We also had so 315 was the subtle house. We had the cops called on us a couple times. But whenever we did actually get the cops called on us, it was for the most ridiculous shit. So I'm talking about like maybe I would say about a 9-foot room by 12 feet, and they put 50 people inside it.
Yeah, violates fire code.
Yeah.
And so the cops show up one day, and we're right next to the door, so we see the cops enter, and they storm up the stairs, and they're shouting at the top of their lungs, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? And then we just see this stream of people just continuously leaving. And it goes on for, like, a while. And we're just kind of all sitting there looking at each other like, how did so many people get into the house without any of us noticing? Also, the reason why 315 had a reputation was because it was previously bought from another college, and the basement had to be completely renovated because it was being used as a sex dungeon by the college students. And yeah. So and there might have been a murder.
What?
Only might.
That sounds like a fraternity to me.
Only a
So,
little bit.
a fun little story about that is on the last day of being in 315, me and my North Jersey friend, so, barely New Jersey, but he was technically part of the state. So my North Jersey friend, we went out and we were like, okay, well, we're not going to be in 315 next year. Because they were basically using 315 as like a freshman spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, okay, well, if we're not going to be here next year, we have to know what's in the basement. So there was this one door that led into the basement, and they had a padlock on it, and they had a deadbolt on it, and, they had all these bolts on it, except...
That was absolutely a...
There was one critical flaw with all of this locking stuff they had on the door, is...
You're from New Jersey and you know how to pick
We're from New Jersey, and I had a screwdriver, so I just unscrewed the door and took it off the hinges.
I mean, that is not true. Is that lock picking or is that door picking?
That works.
What have I returned to?
It's technically lock picking.
Oh yeah, Sneaky's.
It's technically lock picking, yeah.
No, it's more like door picking.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And
no, it's not even that.
So,
it's lock. It's locksmithing at that point.
So the best part about it all is the North Jersey guy is like, shit, they got a lot of locks on this thing, and he looks at me and he's like, do you have it? And I pull out a screwdriver out of my pants. I'm like, of course I do. And everyone else is like, why the fuck do you just carry around a screwdriver? I'm like, because doors are in the way.
Spoken like a survival game protagonist.
So how would a screwdriver help us get through the door? It has locks on it. I'm like, yeah, well, that's why you just don't open the locks. And they're like, what? And I proceed to just unscrew the door from the fucking wall. And they're like, what?
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What?
People think the invulnerable door would work.
Yeah. No.
The invulnerable door, you don't need to go through the walls. You just need to go...
Yeah, it just fucking popped out the hinges, unscrewed and everything. I was just like, boom, done, door removed. And everyone's kind of just sitting there like, what? And then the North Jersey guy's just like, yeah, all right, well, thank you for having the screwdriver. I just left mine at home.
Actually, I would judge the North Jersey guy. I would judge the North Jersey guy for just not having his screwdriver. It doesn't matter.
We did. I ribbed him about it. So anyway, we go downstairs. I'm filming the whole thing, right? And it's just bog standard, a bunch of empty rooms, concrete floor. We're not really seeing anything. We're all like, ha 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 ha. I'm filming each room, and then we're like, all right, so we're done here. And so we go back upstairs, and I'm like watching the video. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a cool little room. And then someone was moving behind the North Jersey guy in the video. But the problem is that at that point in the video, everyone else was in a different room.
Oh.
And we're all staring at the video because we all know the moment that this point in the video happened, because I told him while I was taking the video of like, crack a pose. And so he does this whole pose thing. So everyone heard me say crack a pose and him doing the pose. So everyone knew where they were at the time of that point in the video. And we're all looking at each other like, wait, you guys were all in that room. So who's behind North Jersey?
The ghost of Partyers Past.
And we all just looked at each other like, So we go back out into the common room and we screw the door back up.
You guys, did you do a better job securing the actual?
No, we just put it back the way it was.
Oh.
And we screw the whole fucking door back up, and I turn to North Jersey and I go, I am sleeping in your room tonight, and all the guys look at me and they're all like, you know what, that's a good plan, we're all sleeping in his room tonight. So the entire first floor sleeps in his room. We got people on like unmattressed bed frames and on the floor, and like everyone just like, that's how I knew that no one was fucking with me, because we had people sleeping like on top of what do you call them? The thing
desks?
you put your not desks, dressers. We had people sleeping on top of two dressers, like pushed up against each other. Someone slept on top of that. Like, that's how I knew people weren't fucking with me.
Everyone was freaked the fuck out by
everyone was actually like freaking out. Because we were all just like, we don't care that we're sleeping on literal bed springs, unshielded bed springs. It's better than being alone right now in our own room.
Yeah. One of you guys was 100% going to wake up dead if you didn't do that.
Yeah, so we all slept in the same room that night. We're just like, all right, we're just not going to talk about this. We're not going to mention this to anyone else.
Until now.
Well, yeah, of course. Until
say hello, stream.
Yeah, it was like 8 years ago, Max. I can talk about it now.
Say hello, stream.
Say that, but what if the ghost disagrees?
Well, then the ghost can eat my Helix praising ass.
And you coast us apart.
Sneaky will just fight it. I'll get it drunk. Someone will write porn for it, or read Max of Fucked, but
or about it.
Yeah, both for it.
I mean, like, look, as far as encounters I can't explain goes, by far one of the most benign.
And then there's that goddamn red night vision shit you linked.
Oh yeah, the red. Did you guys like that shit?
Yeah.
Did you guys like that?
Great.
I mean, yeah, everyone knows red is evil. That's why we love it.
It's nightmare goggles, obviously.
I mean, the red shift, blue shift is actually a genuine thing.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, anyway. Point being, weird shit has happened. New Jersey is an interesting place. And the Naruto section is still filled with filth.
It's also not very interesting place, weirdly enough, even if it's all filth.
Honestly, it really isn't. Also, we're in the FNAF section now on screen, and I genuinely looked at this one story that said William Afton wasn't always a psychotic, deranged murderer, and my brain's just like, that's a really weird way to start a Naruto story.
I mean, to be fair, you could possibly find that in the Naruto section as well. So.
You know, you ain't wrong.
The amount of Naruto crossovers that are there that with things that just don't make sense.
Watch Sneaky go digging for a new crossover.
He'll find it too.
You know what? Let's go. Let's find a Naruto. Let's find before we exit out tonight. Let's find us a Naruto.
FNAF. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we did when we looked at all the
What the fuck? My Little Pony is the most popular by far. What the fuck?
Yeah, we found that last time as well.
Followed by Harry Potter, Sonic, Undertale, Ruby, and Gravity Falls. What? Minecraft?
Yes, this is the new generation. It comes with their own fanfiction.
How the fuck do you Minecraft? No, never mind.
How does one make a Minecraft crossover? I don't know, man.
Pretty easily if you just involve Minecraft.
I still remember the day that I was reading Minecraft stories and someone was like, "Oh, submit your OCs for my like humanized monster Minecraft epic that was like proto gamer system." Like, this is before the gamer system was really a thing, and like the main character had this like proto gamer system thing going on for him, and like all of the mobs were humanized. And
like the Minecraft porn game.
Yeah. And like this was back in the day of the Talker app just came out. I don't know if how many of you guys are Minecraft aficionados.
Not very. No.
So way back in the day, a mod for Minecraft. Yeah, a mod for Minecraft came out called Talker.
Mob Talker.
Mob Talker, yeah.
Yep.
And it allowed you to go up to hostile Minecraft mobs using a microphone, I think it was, a microphone item you crafted.
Yeah, it was a microphone you crafted.
And it would turn the mob into a visual novel romantic interest.
Well, yeah. You'd get a cut-in of a design and a text box.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me find them for you.
But
Sneaky, you're sounding a bit fucked there. How much have you had to drink?
Oh, 3 glasses of vodka.
Not enough.
Glasses.
That's not enough.
Not shots. Glasses.
Yeah, still not enough.
Okay. Well,
whiskey glasses.
That's enough for Sneaky to get him to slur just a little.
I'm already sobering up, honestly.
Yeah. The odd part about Mob Talker though, it didn't release with any default text.
Yep.
The dude released it alongside a tutorial like, here's how you change the text files, and here's how the text files are.
Mob Talker 2! Mob Talker 2 allows players to transform Minecraft into a visual novel adventure game.
Through user-written scripts, yep. When did it become 2? Oh,
in 2013.
There's those designs.
Yeah, here's sign. Here's your.
To be fair, these are some like okay designs.
Honestly, Mob Talk. So this is 2013. So literally, Mob Talker is proto VTuber.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
You know what?
I can see it.
Oh my god, no, you're right. These are 100% VTuber designs.
These are quite literally proto VTuber designs.
What's your question, Sign?
I reckon it's the one on the left.
It's the creeper.
The creeper?
Creeper girl.
Or the Enderman.
You should see the supercharged version of the creeper.
She's big titty!
Wait, do you mean the creeper or the androgynous Enderman?
The anime character.
So in order from the left to right, it goes Creeper, Enderman, Blaze, Skeleton, and...
Oh, that's a Blaze. I thought it was a spider.
No, that's a Blaze. And I believe Spider's on the far right, yeah.
Yeah, there's...
what, no zombie?
Versions of Spider?
No zombies here. Let's go find...
Zombies and androgynous, I think?
Days are no longer included. Love level is no longer required. The 100-day limit is now removed. Scripts are now infinite. Custom characters and expression sprites can now be used during dialogue. Time is no longer paused when interacting. Use of one file over several files can still be used. Sprites are no longer included and must be downloaded separately.
Oh, that's weird.
There is a whole form for this?
This has exploded so much since I first found out about this.
Yes,
there's art packs?
Because people who grew up playing Minecraft are so now learning.
Yo, check the art pack. That's probably got all of them.
Oh yeah, here we got the witch. I'm not gonna download this. We got the witch here. We got. Oh, we got Ender Skeleton. We got Slime Girl.
That's Zombie, I believe.
Oh, that's Zombie. Yeah. That's Zombie Girl.
I know that
that's Cave Spider and that's normal Spider.
There's also supposed to be a design for Iron Golem and.
That's the RR, I think.
They were.
Yeah.
Wait, Yandere Creeper Sprite?
What?
Ooh.
Oh.
Really?
Oh. You know what? I fuck with that.
That was a very red hand.
Coming eventually. I swear I'm gonna post an art pack, guys.
2014. Nice.
Ha! 2018. Hey guys, I'm totally gonna post a sprite for this. 2020.
I know it's been
a long time, but I'm really getting into Mob Talker. Are you ever gonna release a sprite pack?
Nope. Holy crap.
Oh god.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, good. There's just an entire wiki.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, here's the Iron Golem.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. They designed the Snow Golem.
Things that Mob Talker 2 can do that Mob Talker 1 cannot. You can make a JRPG style game out of Mob Talker 2. Simple animations are now supported. Usage of Minecraft commands can be supported within the script. Usage of math is now supported in the scripts. Can edit the player's inventory. Is able to save variables and call upon them. Okay, that's actually important. Ability to choose where on the screen the sprite appears. Support of Minecraft text. Splits in the story can be more easily managed. A dedicated resource folder can be used for all custom files involved in the script. Download script packs can for a change of characters, assuming the files are the same. Backgrounds can now be displayed in addition to the character. Also, yeah, I think Cyan would be most interested in the skeleton.
Well, there
that's
are
nice.
signs for the slime and the magma cube that he might like.
What's the slime look like?
Hang on. There's the slime.
Yeah.
Max. Oh, that's nice.
If it like
Here. And there's the magma cube.
Based.
You know, I hate that these are really good as well. They're not like they're really good.
Right?
I mean, that's the reason why the original Mob Talker got so popular, is because he just came out with all of the. Oh yeah, here's the gas. Yeah.
Yeah, too late.
She's pretty.
Oh my god, you're killing my internet.
Whoa.
She looks like she's about to get married.
What's he yelling over there?
We're killing his internet by uploading all of these images he has to download.
Oh, good. Do
Get,
we
keep it up. Like, I love that I can say this. I love that I can say this. Get on my level, scum.
Should I bother?
I didn't even understand that. I did not even get it.
Yeah, dude, you're going full robot.
Am I going full robot?
No. Sign is.
Oh well, that's his problem, not ours.
Exactly.
Yep.
I like that attitude. So anyway, Naruto, Five Nights at Freddy's, fix the breach. When the events of security breach occur, what Afton didn't plan on was Naruto Namikaze, former government secret agent, now head of security.
Wait, no, hang on. That sounds illegal.
When can we bring back Kazama Arashi?
And
we're coming back.
And top black hat hacker to be there to derail his plans, saving his friends, the animatronics. When a small boy is involved in the madness because Vanny is a psychopath, plans change and it's no longer about survival but destruction. Naruto times Vanessa.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
This is garbage.
I do like that they made the Magma Cube a tomboy version of the Slime Girl.
Yeah.
That the red one?
Yep. In between, above and below the cube might lose from tension. That's the magma cube is below.
Yeah. Tomboys are pretty based.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sign.
Wow.
How hard do you think it'd be to put this into a store? Use these girls. Not even a Minecraft one, but just these.
Just use them as a, well, I mean, you could probably fit them into a Sono doll, right?
That'd just be
should be super easy. Monster Girl Invasion or something like that. They'd probably
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
That'd be
I mean, they're just straight Monster Girls.
Yeah.
Yes, literally, yes.
I'm gonna be honest. For a second, I mixed up your stories with Dark Wolf Shiro, and I was about to ask how hard would it be to put into Tamer.
Fuck no. You should be ashamed.
Honestly, I'm drunk, and even I couldn't confuse the gamer garbage that Shiro writes for science stuff.
I thought Monster Girls in my mind first went to Tamer, but I was like, wait, that's regular monsters, that's not Sign.
Nah, see, my DM is a major fan of Monster Girl encyclopedias, so I am completely, like, mind level 0. I am completely aware that Monster Girl Encyclopedia is a thing.
Oh, I know it's a thing, I just prefer Monster Girl Quest. I don't know why, maybe because it's an RPG.
He does too, yeah. We honestly
he started freaking out when he heard Part 3 was coming out.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between any of them.
Wait, Part 3 is coming out soon?
Apparently.
Okay, now I will say that I did read a Ranma Monster Girl Quest crossover? Or encyclopedia? I don't fucking know.
I think it was Quest. I think I know the fic you're talking about. I stumbled upon it once or twice.
Where Ranma follows Ryoga and ends up in the MGQ world?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. And so then he goes on a quest because he's aligned to a bunch of elements. And he has a shit ton of ki. So he's capable of keeping it PG. He's capable of taming the monster girls and the horny spirits that he has to align with.
Which one was it where even the angels were rape beasts?
Yes, the angels. That's MGQ.
Technically, technically both.
But Quest and
but in MGQ the angels are way more rapey, and there's one angel in MGQ that is specifically a lolicon that specifically wants people to embrace young girl love, not in a young girl body love, but in a specifically a young age girl love.
That's the blue-haired one?
Sure. I don't know. I don't really remember. All I know is the plot bits. I don't really remember what they look like.
I'm gonna be honest. I know more about Paradox because of how much I've played it than the first one. So
I've never played it. I've just kind of absorbed it by osmosis.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same for me. I don't really touch it at all. There was an amusing story I remember of MGQ crossing over with Harry Potter, and where Hermione found a ritual in the library that would allow Harry to change his body enough that the Horcrux in his head would be forcefully ejected from it as a component of the ritual.
And then he became a monster girl.
Yeah, not only did he become a monster girl, he became a Lima Queen.
What? Really? Alphys? Which one? The main character or her MILF mother?
I think it was the MILF mother, because it was specifically the Lima Queen. Not the princess.
That's dumb.
The queen would have been the first one because it's only in Paris.
Yeah.
Still alive, so it'd probably be the Alice.
Yeah, it wasn't Alice. It was the mother.
Oh, it was the MILF. That's more of a surprise.
Yeah, it was a sex ritual. It was a one-shot by Lord Mendasuit.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
I was about to say sex ritual. Snake. I was like, did Harry Basilisk? Because I know that's a thing.
No. I will say, I have seen a couple amusing stories of the Harry Potter variety that do include the Basilisk as a character, either them getting turned into a girl or a Lima. I always find it highly amusing, simply for the sheer fact of novelty.
Snooty.
I liked the one where it was insane, had Alzheimer's, and thought of itself as supreme danger. I also want to say that's probably
I have honestly no idea what Sign just said, but I agree.
I think he said La Creature or something. Spanish.
Something about supreme danger.
I think the fanfic you mentioned, Sneaky, artist amongst monsters.
Yes, that one.
That was the most enthusiastic I have heard in a long time.
Yeah, well, I'm like 4 cups into my vodka right now, so...
That's all good. Get more.
I can agree to this statement. It is only 10 o'clock. That leaves 2 extra hours for drinking.
And then you get a couple of hours for after drinks.
Of course. Somehow, despite being in an incredibly obscure section, within an incredibly obscure crossover, guess who's here?
Neon Zangetsu.
Neon McFucking Zangetsu.
Oh god, he is fucking everywhere.
He is I don't know where he finds the time.
He's a menace.
To write these absolutely garbage stories.
The worst thing is, they're all like 6,000 words every chapter, and he writes like 10 a day.
He makes like 10 fics. It's like I went looking in Elden Ring like crossovers just out of boredom and curiosity.
No, it's all Neon. It's all Neon.
It's like a good hunk of the stuff I look is like, why the fuck is he here?
Yeah.
He has inserted Naruto as every single demigod right now, including Godric.
Yup.
And he had one
Naruto the Grafted. Yup.
What does he do to just churn out the word counts he does?
I mean, I one level I respect
meth?
the hustle. I respect the hustle, but at the same time, it's like you're just a menace.
Well, no, what I respect is that he doesn't too much reuse stories. Like each one reads as its own story.
Yeah, I mean, like that.
It doesn't feel like the same one.
Yeah,
again.
that's old
like
Zangetsu,
SDA or Quartermass.
Yeah,
it's all unique, but they're all shit.
Yeah,
he's got some that do recycle like a certain formula.
Yeah, but usually it's because it's part of a series. Like he has that Nara whatever series or No Way Home or something, whatever it is, where Naruto ends up in all these different worlds, and they're all apparently linked.
That doesn't make any sense because I know what you're talking about. Because I'm like, oh, sure, I'll look at these. These are kind of interesting ideas, but how are they linked if the Naruto is a different Naruto in every single one of these?
Don't question it. He just is. Don't question it.
I'm going to question it.
You're not allowed to question it. He's too popular.
I don't know why he is. He's never finished a story. He's never continued a story.
Does he not have a single completed story?
He's updated the most unlikely Berserker like 4 times over the past 4 years. Like I'm sorry, but his update rate on his already established stories is just so beyond atrocious.
And on his new stories, it says it'll take an Ember route or whatever, where if it's not popular, he's going to delete it. But if it's not if it's popular, he doesn't update it anyway. Like his most popular story never gets touched on or worked on. I'm pretty sure. Which is unlikely Berserker, I think, as you said.
Yeah, unlikely Berserker. Sure. Yeah, it's one of his biggest. But speaking of stories like that. So actually, this comes from Signs server. Again, this is from actually a guy we've covered in the past, Lori Angel. They shilled their story that they posted to only QQ on Signs server in the story rec section instead of the shill section.
I missed that.
Yeah.
What kind of story is it? Is it
called
another Fate one for me to rip into?
It's a Don Machi hyper multi crossover story that's based off of the waifu catalog Dead Ends plot hook.
And I have lost interest because I'm Den Machi for some reason. I just never got into it.
So effectively, Dead Ends plot hook is the idea that you do everything for free in terms of waifu gaining, but you don't get any power-ups besides the ones that the waifus can give you. So, like, if you get someone from Ruby, you can get aura power-ups, right?
Are you telling me this is waifu catalog communism?
Sounds like
a little bit, sort of. So basically, the idea is that when you do... So basically, the premise of Dead Ends is that Dead Ends is all of the universes where the heroes lost.
So you're rescuing waifus from dead-end universes.
And bad ends and shit like that.
Yeah, basically all of the universes that had bad ends caused the quote-unquote timeline to collapse because it wasn't the canon timeline or a quote-unquote good timeline. And because the timeline collapsed, all of the souls of that timeline get shunted into limbo because the afterlife doesn't exist for them anymore because the entire timeline's gone. And so because souls still exist or some shit, a lot of souls are starting to build up in limbo. So the idea of the Dead End waifu catalog is that you tell the book what you want and it gives you options from the various forms of media. So if you're like, I need a doctor, it'll be like, oh, well, you have the, Dr. Ziegler from Overwatch or Dr. Bones from Starfleet Command, SG,
or an FGO where Florence Nightingale Berserker with big titties because the protagonist failed.
And so, but the requirement is that you write all of these waifus as if they had lived through the bad ends of their possible storylines. So that's anywhere from, instead of Ruby being a hero, she decides that she really enjoys hunting humans instead. And so instead of stepping up to be the hero that saves everyone, she becomes a criminal, and so everyone dies, and that's a bad end.
That sounds pretty based.
I'm guessing most authors go with they were raped route.
Actually, surprisingly, no. What the author does, and they specifically, so Lori Angel, the person who promoted their story, and I will call them out because they promoted their story in the recommendations section, which is major cringe. Because also, by the way, I tried to read their story, which was a Don Machi major X-over, which was also major cringe. But they did link to the original Dead Ends story that inspired them. And I'm reading the Dead Ends story right now, and honestly, it's not terrible. So the grammar is like a 3 out of 10. Grammar is fucking awful. It reads like someone's second language. If you can get past that, it's all right on the plot. It's all right on characterization. It's all right on literally everything else. It's literally nothing exemplary, but it's got 11 pages of updates in reader mode.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, impressive.
Yeah.
Well, no, how much is it? Like 300 a fucking chapter, or how many threads?
I will.
Pages in reader mode goes by number of posts, not by word count. Because Segio is like 300k words. It has about 30 or so pages worth of updates on reader mode. I turn around and I make one smaller than that, and lots more pages.
So it's got 316 thread marks and a word count of 470k.
That's not bad.
470k, and he's got way more pages than I have because I made bigger chapters.
Yeah, but he's also been updating with smaller chapters continuously over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So he's got a pretty good update rate. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of porn moments.
But that can be skipped, so it's not like it's hard, right?
It's QQ. What'd you expect? You came here for porn.
Absolutely. All of the porn in his chapters can be completely skipped over. They have absolutely no relevance on plot. That's my favorite kind of porn, the ones I don't need to read.
Yeah.
Well, that may be the opposite. My porn is plot relevant, motherfucker.
I'm aware. I've gotten used to that as well because of Noodle Hammer. A lot of Noodle Hammer's early stories had a lot of porn in it. But, while the characters were having sex, they were discussing things, and, they were plot-relevant things, and, they actually changed the events that happened later on. And so, I've become used to it. I just kind of skip over the little porn bits in between the conversation.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, it's just the whole, written porn, visual porn, picture porn. I've looked at it all. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I've never seen porn. I'm a pure child. I've looked at it all. None of it's done anything for me. I've just been like, okay.
Most people don't feel that way, though, Sneaky.
Oh, I'm aware. There's a reason why porn authors get so much fucking money. I'm fully aware that most people have about 3 brain cells to rub together, and 2 of those are jacking off.
Yes. That describes your average tumor from QQ.
Yeah. So, Neon Zengetsu. So what the hell is Neon Zengetsu's story?
Probably shit.
Not my security breach, but it definitely is. Can a machine feel pain? Do circuits and wires have nerve endings? I mean, okay.
Endings are literally circuits and wires. Dumb fuck.
Right, but here's the thing, though. It really depends on programming, right? Because if if you consider a computer gaining an alert or an alarm, that could be the equivalency of the human body telling you you've just gained a scratch or your arm's half blown off,
Yeah, it simulates the pain response.
Yeah. You could, in theory, extrapolate that to an equivalency of what a theoretical pain response to an AI would be. And honestly, there's a little bit more existential horror going on there, because when you're a human and your arm gets injured, if you make it out alive, you have a 97% chance of your arm healing up to functionality, not to the same level of functionality, but working.
If you want to cut the fuck off.
Right, if it doesn't get cut off, obviously, no shit.
Just say.
Right, but my point is that there's an actual medical rule that if you don't die of an injury within 15 minutes, you have an absurdly high chance of, it's like a 92% chance of surviving it.
Oh yeah, humans are actually ridiculously sturdy.
Humans are so beyond sturdy.
When to survive, that is what we're supposed to fucking do.
Injuries that would literally kill other animals out of sheer shock of the damage done to them. Humans will get up, walk off, and then be like, oh shit, I gotta replace this bone, and bash the bone back into position.
Yeah.
How the
You mean to be like
fuck
free?
How does this dead end waifu have so many?
Oh, you found
How
it?
do you? Yeah, I found it, and I'm looking at the list of girls. It's like it's 4K words, and it's so many. How do you have any like character development or anything?
Right. So,
if you didn't have this in little slots that you click on, I'm pretty sure it would match the list.
Yeah. So effectively, what the author does, and Dead End Waifus, the Star Wars Mass Effect crossover, with the multi-X over being tacked onto it, what the author effectively does is they focus on the main character, and there may be 3 to 4 side characters, which are Starfire, Elizabeth at this time.
Starfire.
I'm only up to chapter 40.
Elizabeth DeWitt. Yeah, there's more than that. There's Shion Azuki, Cortana,
but see,
Penny,
what I'm saying though is that Penny plays a part in the current mini arc. Normally she doesn't.
The thing is, I'm only looking at the summoned waifu.
Right, but what my point is that the author actually does it intelligently in terms of how they handle this, is that they have actually a main cast of characters that they mainly focus on whenever they're doing plot development or anything. And for Shion, for example, is introduced. She's in around 1 to 2 chapters. And then more or less, I'm at currently like chapter 45 or something of 300, so admittedly I might be wrong about the future. But at this moment, Shion has effectively only been in scenes. She hasn't been a character. She shows up occasionally, she says a line or two, she updates the reader base on what she's doing effectively, and then just goes back to just being the engineer in the back room. The author actually does a quite good job at, despite adding literally thousands of characters into their organization, the ones that are actually important and relevant to the main character are the ones that actually feature in the narrative.
Well, anytime you've got to handle it with any cast over about 10 characters.
Yeah, so like I said, on the whole, the story so far gets maybe a 5 out of 10 from me. It's certainly, I want to say it's average, because honestly, at the end of the day, that's what it is. The plot is average. The character portrayals are all right. The premise is okay. But what really hurts the story in terms of my ability to enjoy it is its absolutely god-awful, second to third language tier grammar. The author constantly forgets words. The author, don't get me wrong, they spell every word correctly, but that doesn't mean it's in the right spot in the sentence.
Hey, I'm not a big fan of waifu catalog, but stamped means basically sex slave, right?
Yes.
Alright, so in Dead End, and specifically this version of Dead End waifus, the stamp is an extremely reduced version. The waifus can no longer think about harming the owner of the stamp, and they are required to follow orders that align with their political alignment, effectively. So if they're lawful good, they will follow orders, and they're not able to resist any order that is lawful good. But if you tell them to do something that's chaotic evil, they won't be required to follow it.
Fair enough, because I'm just wondering, because I have here list of acquired willing waifus. Hinata stamped H5.
Yeah. So now this is an important part, and the author does make sure to reference this multiple times. the main character is ex-Sith. So yeah, so the current arc right now, the current overarching arc, I would say for the character itself, is they woke up knowing they were not the character Rana Roth. But the problem is they have no memories besides being Rana Roth and what Bleach is, what Naruto is, what Harry Potter is, what Nier is.
Yeah.
They have all these memories of these alternative animes and mangas and books, but they don't have any memories of being, Michael Scott, effectively. All they have is memories of being Rana Roth and of all of the fictional stories. And so in the current character arc, the main character has initially resisted, and they made commentary about how, oh my god, this leotard is super revealing. And then within a couple chapters, they're just like, oh yeah, it's my leotard. And they made a comment at one point about how, oh shit, I keep thinking of myself as Rana. And then later on, they stopped going, oh man, I keep thinking of myself as Rana. Because again, they kind of just... Their reaction to stress, and this is actually what I liked about the story, is their reaction to this heavy stress of finding out you're in the Mass Effect universe. You don't have a way to get out of it.
Oh no, you got Batarians in your...
The Reapers are coming.
Yeah, but Batarians.
Yeah, but they don't actually care about that. So the point being is that they're like, oh shit, the Reapers are coming. Fuck.
That's a genuine threat.
This is a genuine threat. Even if my ship is from Star Wars and is able to fucking pwn Reapers, they literally can flood me with more people than I can shoot. And so the character genuinely freaks out and has a panic moment, and the author does an alright job of showing how at first they were concerned with losing, air quotes, themselves to the life of Rana Roth, and then after this whole panic moment, they basically immerse themselves in being Rana Roth, because it's better than being this like third-person character in this fucked up world. So they take refuge effectively in being something they know.
So because it's better than the alternative.
Yeah. And so that's the author does, like I said, an all right job at all of this. But the grammar is brutal. It is literal. If someone told me this person was racist and they were just trying to write the whole story like a stereotypical African, I would believe them. That's how bad the grammar is in this story.
Pigeon level?
Like I said, they spell all of the words correctly, but not all of the words are always there in the sentence. They don't always use the correct word in the sentence. They're usually missing punctuation in the sentence. They do always remember to put a period at the end, but sometimes they forget what commas do. Sometimes they always put, like, they manage to punctuate dialogue correctly, but sometimes they help their Uncle Jack off a horse instead of they help their Uncle Jack off a horse.
Yeah.
And when I say sometimes, I mean often.
Mm.
And so
you never help your Uncle Jack off the horse.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments where you have to reread a sentence in their story, especially when you get to around chapter 40 area, 30 through 40. Early on, I think they might have had a beta, or they might have been paying more attention or something, because it's not as grievous. But definitely between chapter 20 and chapter 40, it gets brutal.
Isn't this stuff through this shit?
What?
Well, I'll give him this. On a lot of the waifu pictures, they've demollified them, so they've made all the lollies adults.
Oh yeah, that is another thing that the author did, is that they purposely they gave the book. So basically, the whole thing is that the souls end up in limbo, and the character has this book called the Dead End Codex, which can pull upon all of these AU versions of worlds that didn't work out. And they can be like, I need a medical officer, and it'll be like, here's the medical officers, and then you can be like, oh, I need a medical officer that won't experiment on my employees without informing me. And I'll be like, okay, well, that narrows it down to like these 5. And you're like, well, I need a medical officer that won't experiment on my employees without informing me, that isn't racist. And then it's like, okay, this one.
Corrected by being racist.
Yeah. Although the thing is, they did, so far what I've seen, they've done that. They also did that with a fate heroic spirit, which doesn't really make sense.
No, it sort of makes sense. So again, you gotta keep in mind that Dead End waifus, the premise is about the entire timeline collapsing.
Yeah, but the heroic spirits, this one is literally only be either a girl book, it's nursery rhyme. It doesn't have at all even adult form. It can't go forward, it can't be changed because it's about nursery rhymes.
Right. But
that's why I'm a bit confused.
So that one's always iffy, even if Fate Grand Order, because technically it shouldn't manifest a form whatsoever.
So
the girl form was only from extra.
The thing is about how the Dead End catalog works is that, according to the author, the Dead End catalog allows you to set their age. Like, so you could pull the 16-year-old version of Ruby, but you're able to make her body 20 years old.
Yeah.
Don't worry, she's totally legal. Her body is 20, even mentally.
Where's Kitty when you need him?
Yeah, so that is their method of getting around the whole squick issue and the whole lolly problem.
The thing is, I could understand if there's any other kind of servant, but nursery rhyme is kind of special that they're a fucking book. That's the only reason I'm questioning this one.
Honestly, I'll give the guy props and just at least somewhat of a setup. It's like, fine, you're kind of avoiding like, oh, you're summoning a lawyer here. No, I'm having
quite literally, the book operates off of hand wavium. So
fair. Yeah, fair.
Because the whole point of the Dead End waifu catalog is specifically for the author to come up with their own dead ends and their own AU version of the waifu. Like I said earlier, like a Ruby that went out and hunted people instead of Grim.
Yeah, now I'm actually curious, how the hell did this nursery run a dead end? Because Fate X-Ray already gets a dead end. That's just canon.
So parodies the canon dead end.
Okay, the thing is that dead ends are when the canon timeline doesn't go as ordained, effectively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So basically, nursery rhyme could end up in dead end if the fate ordained timeline didn't play out as it should.
Which is literally any other timeline Zeltrich has access to.
Yeah.
Well, no, not any other timeline. The important.
To be fair, no, that is canon lost belts. Those are dead ends that do not have humanity go forward and advance anymore. Gets cut off and pruned from the timeline. That is literally canon. So any of those that nursery rhyme is in could actually be summoned.
Yes. Also, it's not specifically it's not specifically an AU. It's specifically an AU that would cause the hero to be otherwise dead or fail. That's why I gave the example of a Ruby that hunted humans instead of Grim. Ruby never ends up being the hero, so she never ends up with the fate-ordained power of defeating the villain, so ultimately the world is doomed and the timeline ceases to exist.
Your mistake is thinking Ruby's the hero, not John.
I mean, it still sounds like a better time though. So.
Yeah, still better timeline than canon. Yes, I know.
Yes.
But the point still stands is that, in a Star Wars timeline, that would be a failure versus a Star Wars timeline that would be a success in terms of dead-end waifus, is a Star Wars timeline in which the Death Star gets beaten still, but Luke dies in the process.
Mm.
Or Anakin just died in that pod race.
Yeah.
No, that would actually be a failed timeline.
Yeah, it's a failed timeline, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, though, is basically a successful timeline that wouldn't be a dead end, would be an AU in where maybe the hero dies, but they're capable of
completing what they need to.
Right, they complete their part of the arc, effectively.
Yeah.
Allowing the rest of the cast to successfully do the thing.
Yeah. Like, for instance, a dead end would be Kaguya being successfully sealed away, but Sasuke kills Naruto match, basically. Maybe?
No, I would say a dead end for Naruto would be more along the lines of, Kaguya kills both Naruto and Sasuke. That would be an obvious dead end. A less obvious dead end would be one of them dying.
Itachi and Kasami actually capturing Naruto at the
right. Yeah, Naruto actually being captured, or Sasuke never turning to Orochimaru, but also at the same time not training to the same level, so he never gains the power that he needs exactly to fight in the Fourth Ninja War. Those would be like dead ends. And then a successful end, but the hero dies in the AU, would be sort of along the lines of like Naruto and Sasuke seal Kaguya, but in their battle fighting each other, they kill each other. But ultimately, the world is saved because the actual big bads were all defeated by that point.
Or simply like Bleach, where they stop the King of Quincy's, but at Ichigo's life, essentially.
Right, yeah. That would be non-dead ends, according to the waifu catalog creator. But dead ends would be like, Ichigo actually dies when Rukia stabs him with the sword.
Yeah, or when Byakuya and Renji come for Rukia.
Right.
Ichigo ends up dead.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Those would be dead ends, yeah. Actually, Discord keeps taking 100% of my CPU every time I hit enter.
Yeah, sometimes.
Bruh, I mean, man, bruh, you gotta figure that shit out, man. Man.
I think it's just Linux Discord.
Bruh.
Why are you
fucking sim that shit in Wine, man.
I'm too lazy to install Wine and then install Windows Discord inside of Wine.
Fucking lazy ass bit. Ooh, Linux is superior. Ooh, look at me being. I get no hacks. I've never been hacked. I'm a Linux user. My dick has never touched pussy.
Damn, we're really giving the stream the time of their life here.
What stream?
The stream's still going on.
Yeah, we're gonna end
no, I know.
Yeah.
Twitch, don't you lie to me about the number of users here.
No, we're gonna end this stream here. Okay, look, you know what? We had our fun. We talked about the fan fictions. We you know what? We actually stayed mostly on topic, despite the fact that we didn't read a lot of fan fiction. We talked about fan fiction and writing stories and plots and how to do the premise right and correct and shit. So you know what? We stay. I give ourselves a 70%.
We only had 2 sneaky past stories. One of them a ghost story. That's a new record.
Possibly. So anyway, you know what? It's the weekend, so everyone, enjoy yourselves. Come back on Tuesday because there is always more, and it always gets worse.